Side by side in his mirror. He's playing with the bottom here. Stay with the bottom. Big wreck in your mirror. Big wreck in your mirror. Oh no! Oh my God! That looked awful.
Ready when you guys are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tarnation TV is the station you're watching. This is the All-Star Racing League on a Saturday night. Race number 4, 76 laps this evening, hosted by Marc Paglia. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Of course, my name is Blaine Donlin, joined by Brian Wolf and Rod Weston.
Yeah, I was away last week, so I got to watch the broadcast. I was busy turning my laps on my go-kart and winning some races, which was a lot of fun. But I see that Brian Schillen's got not a commanding lead. He's only about 13 points ahead, but he still is in the lead. We got Josh Vitalik second, Denny Carroll, I think last season, champion, still up there in third, Greg Lovell fourth, and Marc Paglia hanging on there in the fifth spot. So it ought to be a lot of fun. And Brian, you know a little bit more about what's going on tonight with the sponsorship stuff, so we'll let you talk.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me, and that's a nice intro. Appreciate that. Man, it's going to be fun tonight. Well, we've got a good treat here tonight as far as our host to race program. But first off, I got to get some business out of the way. We always want to thank Dave Chin and our league sponsor, Bryant Motorsports Auto Sales Parts Barn. Big thanks to them for providing us a server and a place to race. As far as tonight's sponsor, now we've got a really good treat. Now, I should segue into this by saying that, Blaine, you're used to this, and Rod, you are too. We cover throughout the year. You guys cover a lot of specialty races. Like we have Nate Balzer's race coming up September 13th, the cancer awareness thing. Every year, you guys do Kelly's. RTG hosts it usually, but the ALS awareness race, the Team Elmo 200. Which is always a fun event, and always, bringing these great charities and these great causes to the forefront. And to segue into that, our host to race program that we started this last season, it gives these racers and fans and really anybody who wants to get involved an opportunity to bring their businesses, their good causes to the racing every single week. And this thing has taken off like wildfire. And I tell you, our host tonight, Marc Paglia, number 28, he's been around the racing leagues for a long time, been racing for him the last few years. And he took this idea that we had for this host race program, and he has knocked it out of the park. Tonight, he's bringing us the Canines for Warriors 200. And from what I understand, we're going to bring him up here in just a minute after they qualify and let him explain it a little bit further. But from what I understand, this group takes they take rescue dogs and they give them full training to become service dogs for our men and women, our veterans, who might be in need of a service dog. So I mean, it's like Blaine, you said this earlier, it's a win-win, and it's such a perfect fit here for us at ASR, because I mean, we just love bringing this stuff to the forefront. So we thank him for covering the broadcast costs and stuff. And from what I understand, he's got a pretty good gift. We'll let him explain that again, but he's got a nice little gift for the winner tonight as far as that sponsorship goes. So yeah, guys, thanks for having us. Thanks for covering us, and we're ready to rock and roll here.
It's gonna be a good race, 200 miles. So this is the first, I believe, this is the first one where we're cranking her up to 76 laps tonight, I believe, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think the last 3 have been, well, last week we saw Greg Palmer brought his business, the auto detailing business, as a sponsor, and that was a lot of fun. And he actually ended up going on to win the race, and he also won. He started in the 33rd position, I believe, and also took the Hard Charger Award that we offer for this past week. So that was pretty exciting.
That was funny because we were talking to him in happy hour, which we will do with Marc here shortly, and you said, hey, Greg, just go get the Hard Charger and win this thing, won't you? And, ha, 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 yeah, whatever. And then he did it. he came from last and won his own race. It's crazy that happened.
That was funny. I mean, that was really a good time because, because Greg Palmer, of course, I mean, we all know what a character he is. And, I told him at the beginning, I said, hey, go get the win and get the Hard Charger, and I'll be darned if he didn't do it. And then I told him afterwards in the interviews, I said that's probably one of the only times he's ever listened to what I say.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great race. There's been a lot of great races here. I guess we can take a look at the standings here too. Again, thank you to Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales, sponsoring everything here, of course. But you should see there Brian Schilling in first, Metallic Carroll. So yeah, tight as always, and a very simple stats sheet. I go right to the ASR website and I copy all this information, and it's just points. It's all we need to know. We don't need to know, how many times they let a lap on a Thursday afternoon. It's, no crazy in-depth stats, just points. That's all we need.
Yep.
But, and the great thing about that is right down to the final lap of the final race, or somebody could clinch a race or two before the final race. It's the old school way of doing the point system, and I love it.
I'm just trying to get Lucky Doo's car, so go ahead.
Oh, it's a busy one.
No, I was just going to mention that, with our, Schilling has had just so far, actually the first 3 races, he hasn't finished outside of the top 2. So I think he's got a win, I believe.
He does have a win.
He's finished second twice.
Yeah.
That was a fuel mileage race for that win. He was the only one who was able to. He ran out of gas as he hit the start-finish line.
That was insane. I've never seen a guy clutch for 15 seconds on the final lap. He did it a bunch of times. He was only doing 110 miles an hour that whole last lap pretty much. And then still had a 9-second gap when the race was done. So that was wild. And then, I got second the next 2 races. So, 3 races, hasn't finished outside the top 2. And we come here every week with 30, 35, 40 drivers. So there's a ton of talent out here, and he's managed to just stay at the top the last 3 races.
As they always say.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. 1 second.
Like they always say, though, you'd rather be lucky than good any day, and that, if he had to go one more lap, there was no making it. I mean, he literally was out of gas at the start-finish line and literally didn't make it that far. He kind of got pushed around by the guys, which usually happens after the race, but he couldn't even get to victory lane or anything because the car had no more fuel left in it at all.
Yeah, we've seen some crazy, I think it was, I was trying to remember the other one. There was another guy who did it. We've seen it happen a few times. I can't keep track.
Dennis.
I think it was Chambers?
Chambers. Yeah, Dennis Chambers went and started a strategy. That was on an SMO race, and he started a strategy about, I believe he said about lap 5. He started a strategy of literally started clutching at lap 5, and kind of figured if the race had gone green, he would be able to do it in one less stop. And the race did do such a thing. It went green, and he has managed to get one less stop than everybody else and won the race.
Yeah, and a crazy strategy like that, it's like he's never there. The entire race is just not there because he's running so much slower than everybody else. And then we realized it within about like 20 or something laps, 20, 30, 40 laps to go, like near the last third of the race. But like Chambers is like, he's been way under pace. Is he trying to go only on one pit stop? And sure enough, he pulled it off. And that was another really fun one. I love fuel mileage stuff. Our favorite simulator never disappoints. So they're out there qualifying right now. We'll get to Marc here once he's done his qualifying lap. But again, yeah, very, very cool cause there, and you can see on the screen, first place going to get a T-shirt. But yeah, saving dogs and helping out the veterans, which is awesome.
That's a good cause.
And, yeah, you can see from our schedule there too. Actually, I forgot to update that. So next week, I believe, can't remember who's sponsoring next week. I just had the list up, I lost it. But anyway, we're coming back with Maverick on Tuesday. We had a week off last week. We'll be back there Tuesday at Montreal. That'll be cool. Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. That'll be fun. And of course, Talladega Challenge on Thursday.
Which I'll be trying to get back in the top 30, but it seems to be the last 2 races have just not gone my way to be able to do that. But all I can say is I know that one thing from the start of that racing, this series, I was kind of all over the place, and now I'm staying right in there with the guys and running good with them. I just got to learn how these guys do it, learn how the draft, how they anticipate. We'll see it tonight with some of these drivers out here that, just they'll see a run coming, they'll get up there and block that run, or not necessarily block it, use that inertia to push them forward. And that's what I've got to learn. And I tell you, Talladega racing is easy until you get out here, and it's easy to drive it, but it's not so easy to do the strategy and to learn how to draft and just how to pick the right line and all that. So it's very challenging racing that I'm learning.
Yeah, to master this style on this track is definitely takes a lot of time. Because you'll see a guy make a lane change. I'm like, why would he leave that lane? But they just see something.
Yep.
And it ends up, just be patient. Let that strategy marinate for 5 laps, and there he is. He just gained 15 spots. He's in first. Sorry, Brian.
Yeah, speaking about no, that's okay. And speaking about guys like Brian Schilling, I mean, that's experience that you're seeing there. I mean, he figured that fuel mileage out for that particular race, but he's always a front runner too. I mean, he's just, that's experience right there, and to my point earlier about all the fun races we do throughout the year, the specialty races like the cancer race, the ALS, and then we do Cannon's race every year, the end gun violence thing. And now with this hosted race program, it's like we get to do that every week. You know what I mean? It's so it's taken off. We're booked almost all the way through season 4 now. We've got a waiting list for this, so it's becoming really popular. These guys seem to enjoy it, and it takes the burden off of our league sponsors to cover some of the broadcasting costs and stuff like that. So yeah, man, we're ready to rock and roll. This is going to be fun tonight. Some of the other awards that we offer, the clean driver thing that we put you in our little Hall of Fame on our website. You know what I mean? Got to give a shout out to Billy Ellisor, number 26, I believe. Drives that Flintstones car all the time, which is really cool. But here we are into happy hour, and I'm gabbing. But we got to give a shout out to Billy Ellisor. He's gone 23 races now without an incident. So yeah, we call him the Iron Man of the Mr. Clean Award.
Just waiting for the drivers' meeting to be done, then we'll grab Hagler and get him up here.
Yep.
I told him we might interrupt his drivers' meeting tonight, and he didn't have a problem with that. So,
well, that's up to you. I can move him up anytime you're ready.
Yeah, we're ready for him. Yeah, let's get him on his way.
Rescue Dose to be a.
He was talking to them. Put him back. Sorry, Mark.
I'm sorry about that, Hagler. We'll get you in a minute.
Whoops.
See, I told you we have to wait.
Yep, you gotta
No,
wait.
you wanted to do it.
Yeah, listen to you,
You know that-
Rod, more often, Rod.
You want to know the trick?
You are live, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Then like Rod realized the trick is to set your driver to the 74 of Robert Spring, and you will know when the meeting is over because he's always the first one in the box to go out.
When the meeting's over, he
rounds.
jumps in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is Hey Brian, are you missing being out there driving, or are you hanging out up here in the booth having fun up here? Like, what's I'm always kind of curious about. I mean, both things are a ton of fun. Would you rather be driving?
Actually, no. This is much more fun for me. As Rod was alluding to earlier, I mean, this is so challenging. It is just so challenging, and it's so much more fun for me to watch these guys work their craft and get this stuff done. And I mean, I have other places that I go and race, and other series here at ASR that I go and race to get my racing fix in. So yeah, this is a blast for me. I enjoy this part tremendously.
All right. Well, we've mic'd up Marc Paglias for you guys. So, Brian, take it away.
Welcome, Marc. And first off, thank you so much, man, for bringing this awesome sponsor to us this week. This is going to be tremendous. And I was really hoping that you would just explain a little bit further from the knowledge that I have, how this program works and what these guys do.
Well, it started in 2011. A mother started it for her son, and the program just grew. And now they have more than 2,500 dogs that they've worked with over 31 states. They take a rescue dog and they train it for about 18 weeks, and then they get with a needed veteran that's having issues, PSTD or whatever their issues are, and they try to group them up so they can readjust a little bit when they get out of the service. And I have a nephew who's a Marine veteran, and he's in the program, and he has a pit bull that he just loves to death. It goes with him everywhere, and they're just attached at the hip. So it's a great program. I can't say enough about, I love dogs. I think almost all of us love those four-legged black-nosed critters, but we want to do all we can to support our veterans.
My secondary car host, you can hear snoring at almost in every broadcast. My little pit bull laying next to me right now. She's fast asleep, of course. That's what pit bulls do. If they're not licking your face or running around like a maniac, they're sleeping.
Yeah, oftentimes they get a bad rap for being, pretty rough on people. But everyone I've met has been great dogs.
In my opinion, there's no such thing as a bad dog, just bad owners.
Exactly.
Right. It's the thing.
Exactly
It's all in how you raise the dog and how it's brought up. Like Rottweilers get a bad run. I had a Rottweiler and loved that dog, and it was probably one of the best dogs you could ever have. I mean, you could give it a steak, and a 2-year-old kid could walk up, grab it, and pull it out of his mouth, and he just let it go. So, it's all in how you raise them.
Yep, that's just awesome. And I mean, and thank you again, Marc, for bringing this to us, because I mean, Blaine kind of said it. He nailed it earlier. He said, this is a win-win for everybody involved, because it, not only does it rescue dogs, it rescues basically veterans by pairing the two together. We're actually saving two types of lives, and I mean, it's just. I mean, how could you not feel good about that? I mean, that's just outstanding, brother. And we thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. I looked at, a little bit of this mission statement that you sent me, and it's just 100%, man. It's a good thing. It's awesome.
Well, I just kind of want to bring eyes and notoriety to this, because it's a great program.
It's awesome, and hopefully we, in our little corner of the sim racing world here, hopefully we can bring, at least a little bit more attention to it. I mean, that's one of our goals here is to, I don't consider this to be just another racing league. I mean, we're actually helping people. You know what I mean? If we can do it in our own little way, and you knocked this one out of the park, Mr. Pags. That's just outstanding.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I got a question for you there, too. Rumor has it there's some assorted apparel for the winner of tonight's race.
That's a true rumor. I already announced it to the drivers just before I came in your group, and yeah, I'm gonna give them a little bit of swag for the winner tonight.
So
That's
now we
awesome.
got to start wondering who's going to
Very
win
cool.
this thing.
That's awesome. Where's your starting position at tonight, Mark?
I'm starting 14th.
14th. Okay. Well, you're still eligible to get that hard charger. So I'm going to tell you, like I told Greg Palmer last week, go get that hard charger and get the win tonight, man. Go get him. We're rooting for you, definitely.
All right, thanks so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, good luck, bud.
Thanks.
Mark the Paglia.
Yeah.
Good old Pags, man. I've raced with him for a few years now, and he's just, man, just
Quick.
just a stand-up guy, man. I mean, for him to bring this here again, I know I'm a broken record, but it's just, man, it's going to be thrilling watching this race tonight.
Yeah, of course, brand new overlays on the screen too, using the tickers from Jonathan Cadell.
Oh boy.
Super cool stuff. And you drivers can use the stuff too. I mean, I'm only using the ticker. I mean, there's tons. He's got like 12 different things available. Telemetry.
The broadcast. Saw Robert Spring get in the back of Tim Knoxer in the middle of the corner and saved it.
Yep.
That was wicked.
Yep. Well, just a little bit. Yeah. No, I mean, like for the broadcast, I'm using this the ticker part of this overlay package that Jonathan designed, and it literally came out a couple months ago, and it's absolutely fantastic. The stuff that the drivers can implement, it's very cool. You can have dashboard overlays and the track maps and the car radar. Like you can see cars around you on a little radar map. So if your mirrors don't pick it up, you can still see if there's somebody there in your blind spots. Telemetry. It's crazy.
Do you think he's obsessed with it, Brian, or what?
I love it,
bit.
man.
Yeah, he might be.
Well, you know what it is too. It's because it's such an old
fell
sim.
off his cracker.
I just love that people are still updating this thing, even though how old it is. I love it.
I'm going to tell you what we always used to say when my sister was pregnant and one of my dad's girlfriend's daughters was pregnant. We're out to eat, and they start talking baby, baby, baby. We just say, hey, how about that Dale Earnhardt fella?
Yeah. How about them Dodgers?
Let's get to racing, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let's get down to qualifying. Nate Balzer, he's on the pole outside Tim Anderson. In third spot's going to be Robert Breedlove. Fourth, last year's champion, Denny Carroll. Fifth, Dante Ricky. Sixth, Pat McCarsky. Good job for Pat up there. Seventh is going to be Randy Waugh. Eighth is going to be Brian Lovell. Ninth is going to be the advent of this series, Ken Roberts. 10th is going to be Doug Heelick. Brian, I let you go from 1 to 20. 12, 11, and 20.
Okay, yeah. Starting number 11th, number 38, Rodney Sollins, one of the best painters, I should say, in the sim community. And Iron Man, Billy Alisor, 23 races without incident. Number 26, starting 12th. Starting 13th, 088, Tim Nosker, also coming to us from ASR, from RTG. Number 14, starting 14th, 28, our own Marc Paglia, who's bringing the sponsorship to us tonight. We thank him once again. We'll definitely be rooting for him. Number 15, Josh Metallic has had a good season so far, starting the first 3 races. Number 39, starting 16th, 029, Mike Mangialardi, one of our finer admins here for the series. And review team, number 17, number 74, Robert Springs, 18th, 63, Keith Bynum. Starting 19th, 136, Sean Turner. Starting 20th, 010, Chris Van Vliet.
Starting in the 21st spot, that'll be Garland Oaks. 22nd, Steve Brandstetter, the painted car by the one and only Blaine Donelman there. He's always talking about that. I don't know why. But the 23rd, it'll be Dale Shalinsky. 24th is Luckadoo. 25th, Javier Negron. 26th, Mike Brush. 27th, Eric Sullins. 28th will be Dennis McCarthy. Starting 29th will be Brian Rossum. And look at that. The lead, fastest qualifying guy in the booth, Rod Weston, starts 30th, but I can't do that. Then Dave Blaine, and then I'll let you go from there, Brian.
Starting in the 32nd position, 07, Cy Jones. I think we finally got his cars worked out. Let's see. Starting in the 34th position is our own league owner and event coordinator, ASRDC, which is David Chin. We thank him for everything he does for us here. Starting 35th, 070, Rick Becker. Starting 36, number 711, our own John Godfrey. awesome track designer who designed this track that we have on loan from RTG. Let's see. Oh, and look at that. 37th, starting 37th, number 75, Seth Cole comes to us from FRN, another fine broadcasting company. Starting 38th from RTG, 17, Chuck McClure, followed by Brian Schilling, number 62 and 39th. Starting 40th, Ulysses Sandoval, and 41 rounding out the field, number 48, Cody Lamas. And it looks like he's after that hard charger again.
Oh, he does it every week. Every week he's out there doing that. He is definitely out there for the hard charger award.
Yep, and if he did qualify, actually in the middle, he'll pull over. Like you'd see him pull over right there and go to the back. And yeah, we do have the number 7. So we found out the glitch. We found Cyber's car. So that's very cool.
I haven't seen it for most of the season, so
yeah,
that's awesome.
For me, it's been a generic, which is a Kellogg's paint job.
Yeah.
Well, starting actually in the 12th, or I'm sorry, the 24th position, number 12th. We had an issue with his car file earlier, and we got it fixed up and got the car file size down actually, so we could get him here on TV. And we'll focus on him here in just a minute, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I talk about his paint job.
Yeah. He's got a rat fink paint job, and it is busy.
It's a definitely. What'd you say it was? A Led Zeppelin album cover?
It looks like there it is. The number 12 kind of looks like one of those rad rod things or whatever. It looks like an album cover from the Grateful Dead or something.
Yeah,
you guys don't know Rat Fink?
Rat Fink, yeah, that's what I was trying to come up with.
Because that's what it is, yeah. It's some crazy comic book strip.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the reason he had like a 5 megabyte car file, because there's literally 1,000 layers of color on that thing.
Yeah, well, and it is a Camry, so we won't fault him for that.
Yeah. How dare you drive a Toyota?
Race car's making that trip down pit road.
It
Jake
is.
Balzer is going to be the control car. Tim Anderson on the outside. Let's see who can get the best run on the start. Wait a minute, we got a ways to go. That start-finish line is not to the other side of the end of the pit lane there, so a little bit more to go, and we'll be going green.
So now a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. Time enough in that little gap. There we go.
Yeah, it's good to see Balzer up there in front.
Pedals down.
That Sonic
I tell you,
car.
Denny Carroll had a really, really good launch on that, but he got into the back of Tim Anderson just a little bit too soon before Tin actually had slowed that outside lane down. Inside lane, just launched right off. Great. Robert Breedlove gave Nate Balzer just a nice little love tap there. Got him going, Dante Ricky, and then you've got Randy Waugh back there. You got 4 cars up there in the bottom. I knew somebody was going to do it. It had to be Dante Ricky. Going to go to that high side, even though they had the momentum. They know that high side is going to build up the momentum. Once it gets up, Tim Anderson gets to the back of him, he's going to start marching to the front.
Clean start so far. I'm already seeing that 28 of Mark Paglia making moves to the inside. I think he's going to drive this thing like he is mad at the pavement, man. He is moving already.
Well, he did sponsor the thing. Might as well go win it, right?
That's right.
Wouldn't it be neat if that's how it worked every week? But I don't think it's always going to work that way.
And if anybody is interested in a K9 for Warriors, in the link, there is a link in the descriptable below the video, so you can click on that and go check out the website for that.
Oh, yes, please. We do encourage that.
There was a little bit of a love tap there by Ken Roberts and Dante Ricky. They just kind of, I think one was, kind of sliding down a little bit, and Ken was sliding up a little bit, had a little slight contact. Kind of slowed down Ricky just a little bit, but not much, and that slowed that everything down a little bit there where they were. So they're tightening that rubber band back up and getting that thing wound up to get back to the front. Looks like, I think that is ASR there. Nope, sorry, that is Pat McCarsky. Their cars are kind of somewhat similar, and from when you're not looking at it where you can see the number, he kind of keeps poking out like he wants to try to get that third lane going, see if anybody will go with him.
No takers so far with the 24 either. It looks like 2 pretty even lines of traffic so far. Maybe they're just taking it easy, going for that first, waiting on that first pit stop.
I was not surprised though to see on the exit of turn 2 there to see Dennis McCarthy pop his nose up there on that outside. Him and I always seem to find each other on Thursday nights, and that's where we go. It's that third groove and try to get it work our way up to the front. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. That third lane is kind of hit or miss sometimes.
You guys want one of these?
Want one of these?
I got a couple. I got a couple if you want one. Dangerous day to be a can.
Got a couple of newcomers towards the back, I think, just trying to take it easy and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, when you're new to this, that's the smart thing to do.
Yes.
I mean, I'll tell you, when I started coming into doing this and this racing thing with these guys in the Talladega, I mean, I've raced there before, don't get me wrong, just not that great at it. As you look back there, way back there, you'll see Dennis McCarthy up there trying to get that third lane going. But that's what I would do. Sit there, I'd go back, try not to lose the lead draft, and just try to stay out of trouble and hopefully, be there at the end and maybe hopefully, maybe have the opportunity to make a move. Problem I found with that is if you hadn't been running up there all day long, when you do finally get up there, none of the guys want to run with you because you didn't earn it, kind of. That's how I kind of felt about it. You want to get up there and run with them. They want to be able, get comfortable with you. So now on Thursday nights, I was right up there, up near the front before we had a little bit of contact and took me out of the race. But, hey, I was having a lot of fun.
It's just like being in heavy traffic on a fast freeway or whatever. You're kind of halfway looking around at the guys next to you, in front of you, and back of you, to your left, to your right. And you're thinking, gosh, I hope this guy's paying attention.
I just saw you saw Ken Roberts down there in the bottom lane. The bottom lane got a little bit of a run going, enough for Ken Roberts to move up into that middle lane and took over that middle lane for a little bit. And now it started moving forward, but then Tim Anderson just dropped to the bottom, which is going to slow down that high lane for a little bit.
Baby.
It was close there.
It's tight.
A little juking and driving going here. We got one around. Looks like Robert Springs. He going to save that?
There's a couple going around back there. Yellow's up.
Very cool.
Yep, I see him now.
Remember, these guys race back, so there's no lift to these guys. I mean, that's the hard part with that is just some of the things that happen. Possibly, people get penalized for running into an accident, but you got to race back. Nate Balzer trying really, really hard on that bottom. He's got Robert Breedlove just pushing. Ken Roberts has got a little bit of help to their top side with Dante Ricky, but they got him a little bit sideways. I think Nate Balzer's gonna get it. Yes, just barely.
See, I think the race back works out pretty good, especially this is 2.66 mile long track. I think on a shorter track that might be a little bit more of a cluster, just because of how quickly you can make a lap. Here it takes 48 seconds to get around, so any accident will usually be cleared by the time they come back around. So race back.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah, now they're going to be slowing on the backstretch for the pace car.
Do you find, Brian, when you're in the race, if you're racing, every time the yellow comes up, do you guys say it? Race back, race back, race back? Because some guys will forget.
Yes, they do.
somebody says it. Yeah, somebody will usually say it.
Somebody will say it. You have to, because there's so many, this is a few leagues that do it, but it's so rare that they do. You know what I mean? It's weird. I raced here on a couple of Saturday nights because, like a couple weeks back when the broadcast didn't happen because you lost internet. So me and Brian went out and raced, and caution came out the very first time I let off the gas. I was like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
But you're programmed to do that for so long that, that's what happens.
Especially, you're talking about programmed to be doing things, especially most leagues, I think, will do it. You race back with 10 or less to go.
Just about everyone does.
Yes. So you get into that kind of habit, and when the first caution comes out, you tend to forget. But usually, it's like as soon as they see somebody going around, race back, or every now and again you'll get one that just goes through the grass or whatever, and the yellow does not come out, right. And you get guys that slow down anyway, thinking that the yellow's coming out. I've done that before.
Well, there was a couple accidents that kind of happened at the same time right there. Robert got out of shape, and then in behind, they might have been reacting to it because they saw the stack up.
I think the 94, I was looking at that myself. I think the 94 did not see that before the 53 did, and he kind of got into the back of them there. But I don't think no harm, no foul. I don't think anybody took on a whole lot of damage there.
See, Brian Rosell stayed out, led a lap there. He's not had the season that he's wanted. He's been there for, every race. Just had not had some very good finishes this year, getting caught up into, other things that's out of his control. So, smart move. He's still got 6 races after this. So, he's just getting some points on there. That's 5 more bonus points for him. Gets to help him out on the points, get him up there, and then hopefully his night will work out. Maybe he can come up there, snag a win, get himself up even further.
100% correct. And talking about Brian Rawson, I mean, he's when we did our Sunday series back a few months ago, he's 2-time champion. So he, like you said, he has not had the season that he really wanted. But that's a very smart move because every point counts in this total points collection. There's no playoffs. There's no winning you're in. There's no, none of that. But you do collect bonus points for leading a lap or leading the most laps, just kind of old school scoring. But every point counts, man.
You talk about the drivers that stayed out. You get Sean Turner there. I guess he's not new to the racing, but he's been out of it for a little while. And he's been kind of sort of just coming back. He came back earlier in the season here, just practiced with us a little bit. Finally got his confidence up enough to now where he's racing. He's been racing over there on RTG on Thursday, and got to give my hats off to that guy. He's going to go for the full season next year, but I think there's 3 times this year that he's out-qualified some of the guys in knockout qualifying and has given somebody else that position just because, he's like, I'd rather wait, and whatnot. So, and I was one of the ones lucky enough to get in there, so I really appreciate that, and a lot of the other drivers that he's helped out do as well.
I'm sorry, which driver are we talking about?
Sean Turner.
Sean Turner,
136.
Yep. Okay, yeah, he's fairly new to us, and we kind of, a couple of other guys kind of corralled him in a little bit, so to speak, and gave him some tips and some pointers, and he'll be lucky to be with us next week for the Pro Tips 150.
Nice.
I said a lot of people have helped him. He's gotten his qualifying down, and every time he gets out there, and he beats somebody like Bobby Farrell was one of the first ones he did that to. He gave his spot to Bobby Farrell. Bobby Farrell went out there and finished second, and moved Bobby right up there into the points. So I mean, it's just nice of him. Nice guy like that to just he's learning. He doesn't. He wants to get out. Obviously, how you going to get better at this by turning laps, but I think it's a pretty smart move because people are going to be really considerate to him when it comes next season and he's running full season.
Oh, absolutely. And I absolutely love watching the new guys come in, like the 13 there of Eric Solins. I believe he's Rodney Solins' cousin, and he's new to us too. And he's done a lot of racing, but offline with the AI cars. And he's kind of new to this whole racing against live people thing. And it's really fun to watch these guys come up because it reminds me of back in the day when this software first came out, or this this game first came out, how addictive it was, and how you wanted to you just wanted to be successful like in real racing, and it was so exciting and you couldn't get enough of it. And that's why it's so much fun for me to watch these newer guys come into our hobby.
Pace car makes the trip down pit road. Nate Balzer again, he's our control car. He, believe it or not, he's only led 2 laps. Remember, Breedlove snuck 4 laps away from him there at the beginning of the race. But they're getting ready to go green. Let's see who gets the better start this time.
Pretty sure everybody pitted there, and you can see the ones who've got it down to the science are right there in the front.
Balzer was right on, and Breedlove was right there with him. They both got a great start on that. Breedlove is right there already pushing him. Denny Carroll this time was a little more patient. It didn't quite go as like he did the first time around. But we've always seen the inside line definitely gets a little bit better run on that very first startup. But, it was a great start by Balzer and Breedlove working together. They got them both out front, out clear enough so if they wanted to, they could go up to that third outside group.
I see that 24 car sneaking up, trying to sneak that third line, and now he's got a couple seconds with him.
Yeah, he'll get up there. Him and I, when we're on Thursdays, that's where we go. We work well together up there. Aguilar's up there with him as well. You got Dennis, then I think that's McCarthy. And then Paglia right behind him on the third groove out there trying to work their way up hot. Looks like they got Ken Roberts and Chris Van Leek behind them. All them guys trying to see if they can get that third groove going. It's really weird. Once that third groove gets up there and gets going, it's kind of weird how it just stalls that inside lane. If they can get up there, get high enough up there, it seems to stall it out. Kind of abandoned on that, I guess, a little bit. They didn't get enough people up there or whatnot. Unfortunately for Paglia right now, he and Keith Bynum are going to go backwards a little bit. They got cars underneath them. They have to get themselves back into that second groove if they can.
Yeah, like I said, if enough people jump up there, either in front of them or behind them, it will go.
Paglia's he's back up there. He's still trying to make that work with Keith Bynum right behind him.
I think McCarthy will jump back up there if he sees him coming, because we've seen it in the past. He's a fan of that line, so.
I'm just going to say that you're going to see it, as you saw Pat McCarskey jump up there because that line was starting to come. Now McCarthy's he's poking up there, he's looking up there, he's just waiting. They don't have that momentum yet.
But by him sliding up there half a lane, he's given them the draft. And here he goes now. He's going to slide out and get a bump. Perfect.
That was timed well.
Yeah.
From experience, I can kind of see what these guys are doing. Now, I think what the 24 wants to do is, get that third line formed up, get up near the front, and then find an opportunity. There goes Sullins to jumps out with him. To get an opportunity to get back down get some track position and get back down into those first two lanes to get, to make that next pit stop and then keep that track position. And now here we are, three wide.
Oh, I saw freaking Brian Lovell around there. I don't know what happened, what happened to him, but for some reason, Brian Lovell all of a sudden was around going into the corner. I don't know if we got a bump.
Oh, man, we've got Mike Paglia rolling down that bankment.
I think that was a bump draft just a little bit too late. Yep, exactly. I looked over at the broadcast. Just a bump draft a little bit too late by Garland Oaks that just kind of hooked him around, and not much you could do about that. And it's really hard to time that. You don't want to get him into him in the corners.
Racing back here, being led by the 55 of Ken Roberts. He was the sponsor at race number 1 this season.
He didn't win it though.
No, he did not.
And out, they're wide out. They're going to pick up the pace car on the back stretch.
Gosh, you talk about some cars that I would hate to see go out of this race. One being Dave Chin was kind of an innocent victim there in the middle lane.
That guy has the worst luck when it comes to the super speedway race.
He does, and I don't know if we should really keep talking about it or talk about it more to try to help him out.
I'm not sure. He'll sit there and ride around in the back and just try to stay out of trouble, and it finds him. And he'll go and he'll, run up front, try to stay ahead of it all, and it finds him.
And it looks like he has retired.
Not very often. I know that he has, had been reprimanded before, because hey, we all make mistakes, but 9 times out of 10, it's nothing of his own doing. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, I'll tell you one thing he did do last season. He did make the Clean Driver Award. And he's still on that. The pool now, I think, is 23 drivers that are still eligible for that thing at the end. And this one should give it to him, too, because I don't think that wreck was his fault. But, man, I really want to see him at least finish some races this season.
It would be nice. They beautifully painted car up by Rodney Sullins. A new car for him. He's always had the Sundrop car. I don't remember the sponsor on the black car, but he does have another one that he had painted up that he used to run. But Rodney Sullins painted him a beautiful car for this season. So hopefully, hoping it would turn his luck around.
Yeah, really. I mean, that paint job is beautiful. The black car he had before was kind of like a good wrench throwback, but it had the Bryant Motorsports parts barn on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a Bryant sponsored car, and then Rodney took that design and just kind of updated it a little bit.
So Sean Turner stayed out so he could lead his lap for the night. Smart move by him, help him out in the points. Also, we had some drivers only take 2 tires. Some drivers only take fuel. Whoop. What happened to Dante Ricky? All of a sudden, it's like his car just went straight. He must have lost. Probably, if I had to guess, I'm going to say he probably fell to desktop.
Grab
His
it.
car just kind of went right up. Wasn't
can
going very fast, luckily. Just kind of went up, touched the wall. He came back, and he's good to go.
You can
And
interview him if you want.
you want to talk to him? We can grab him.
Yeah, you can see the thing just sort of locks out. It goes quiet.
And talking about David Chin too, we really got to thank this guy again, because when Ken Roberts and I first presented this idea for this series to Dave, he basically handed us the key to the city, and he said, "You guys want broadcasting? You want the server? You want TeamSpeak? Whatever night you want, go just run with it." And he, like I said, he gave us the key to the city, and here we are into season 3 and going strong, and we're totally booked for broadcasting for the next, actually through the next year.
So Dante, Ricky, you got Rod, Brian, and Blaine in the booth. You got a copy.
Yes.
So what happened there? Did you go to
technical
desktop?
issue. Yeah, computer went to desktop, but we are okay. How hard did it hit the wall?
Not that bad at all. You were just coming out of pit road, and that's exactly what I thought happened. All of a sudden, I just happened to be watching you, and the car just slowly turned up, and I don't even really think it hit the wall. It just kind of went up to the top side. And
glad it didn't fall out. That's the one thing, right?
Aerosmith wrote a song about it. You gave it just a little kiss like this.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good, Blaine. I'm glad that it's still in it, and we want to do the best we can. I've been a little rusty coming back in the series, which is a shock to many people. But last week, I felt really good about my performance, and it was unfortunate to crash at the end, but it was just hard racing, and that's what you want. You want some energy to come in the next week and hopefully do a little better.
Absolutely. All right, well, I see the pace car lights are off here, right up there in third spot, so we're going to let you, get back with it. We were just kind of curious if that's what happened, so we got it right. So
you got it.
Good luck.
I was typing to Denny to see if he could get back in TeamSpeak, but as you know, that's risky for people to go to the desktop in the pit road under yellow for a lot of reasons. But who knows? Maybe I hit a button or the car just went. But we're back in it, and we're good to go.
All right,
Good luck.
all right, Dante, 10-2, and go get him, man.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Rod. Thanks, Blaine.
Thank you. And away you go. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have a desktop, that's the time to do it. When you're only doing like 60 miles an hour.
If it's going to happen, that's the way to do it right there for sure.
And what did I tell you about that 24? Now look where he's at, starting in the this restart, back in the 5th position, now on to the bottom with Randy Waugh picking up the outside. But one of the things I'm noticing too is Rodney Solons and Ken Roberts there on the outside. That is a dangerous combination right there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can get Dante Ricky with them, and even if they can get Josh Metallic, Tim Noster, and Chuck McClure up there, that would be even more dangerous. Those guys are not that far away from them. Them guys get lined up. They work very well together. They stay in line. As you know, Josh Metallic will tell you, I'll stay right in line until it gets down to it, but I'm here to win a race. I'm not here to push somebody else. Pace car makes the trip down pit road, and once again, Nate Balzer's the control car. Ken Roberts on the outside. Let's see who gets the better start this time.
It's a great
coming off the
looking
second
new paint
caution.
job too from Nate there, that Sonic car.
Of course, you got Corey's, Randy Waugh's back there in the 6th. Hey, Corey, Dad's getting up there. Ooh. I'll tell you, Balzer's been on it right from the start. Ken Roberts just lost it a little bit there. Ooh, we got Schillens back there, got a little bit of help, too much help in the back. Got it saved up and kept going, but I'm pretty sure he'll probably lose some of the draft. That inside line was, I don't know, Balzer's on it tonight. He was right on that start. Dante Ricky right there with him. Currently now just coming up to the back of Dante Ricky. They're going to give him a little shot down the straightaway. That's going to help keep that outside line for a moment. But once they get into turn 3, you're going to see the outside line start rolling that high side if they can stay together, and they'll start moving towards the front.
Yeah, it looks like they are staying together pretty good. I know they Nate Balzer did get just a gorgeous launch off that start, and now here comes that outside line. They're coming around for this first lap around under the second caution, and man, they are on the move now.
The outside line seems to get a wicked jump off the corner. You're going to see right here. You're going to see that the inside line is going to gain. Well, it's not going to gain if Dante Ricky does that. But the high side is formed up a little bit better. You can see the 3 cars on the high side that are a little bit tighter. That's definitely going to be better for him. Now the bottom is kind of forming back up again, but that they were formed up better on that high side. They get a better run off. Now Ken Roberts has got the choice. You just keep an eye on the lines and see which way they go. You won't be surprised to see Robbie Sullins drop to that bottom if that bottom line seems to be going a little bit better. Then you get back there, you get Chuck McClure. We were just talking about him. He's got his nose poked out there. He's got Javier Negron and Sean Turner on that high side. They're trying to see if they can get some people up there in that third group, get them going.
Just bouncing off each other there at 200 mile an hour. No big deal. Just another Saturday.
I know that what you were just talking about, Rod. Ken jumping down to the bottom line. I don't think he's going to leave Rodney Sullins because they work so well together up there. But I noticed that 21, and right before I said it, he did it. He was a taker. He jumped it down there, and it kind of slowed the progress of that bottom line. But they're picking it back up again.
We do know that the 21 of Randy Waugh, the 41 of Denny Curl, and the 931 of Robert Breedlove, as well as Nate Balzer. There are 4 drivers that they will try to seek each other out if it's at all possible. They're not going to go, looking for them, but if they can find them, they'll get together. They'll work together just like the RTG guys do, and they'll work their way to the front. The difference with them guys, I think you'll have Denny Carroll and Randy Waugh and Balzer. If they get together, they don't mind finishing 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as that's the way they finish, they'll kind of stay that way. We know the RTG guys, they're greedy. They want to win. As we say that, Ken Noster on the high side out there, he's got that high side rolling. Pat McCarskey jumped up there with him. We saw Chuck McClure get it started. Him and Oscar jumped out there to increase it as well as Pat McCarskey. Then you've got Javier Negron, Sean Turner, Doug Hewlett, and then our points leader, Brian Schillen out there, followed by McCarthy. Then you got Lovell, that's Brian Lovell, and Chris Van Vliet. They're getting that high side just a rolling.
Yeah, if they can get it tightened up, man, that's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, Billy Ellisor got pushed to the middle there. Now look, they're forming up 3 wide in the front, about 3 deep, 4 deep. But Billy Ellisor, I watched him inside of a lap lose about 15 positions. And when you get pushed to the middle like that by yourself, they call it the sucker hole because you're getting sucked to the back, immediately. And it's almost, I've been there, and it is sometimes just a sickening feeling when there's nothing you can do.
Look at the 55, the 38, and the 28. They are running like the way you want to run, nose to tail, touching and bumping, and they are not gaining. It's just weird how the air affects that inside lane, and you just can't go. You got to be so much better. That high line, look at them guys up there. They are nose to tail. They are pushing. That's why they're out front right now.
Schilling and McCarthy jumped down in that middle line there. Oh, wow. McCarskey to the bottom.
He's wanting to lead a lap.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's going to be the move that's going to make him lead a lap because he pulled down. He had a wicked head of steam, but the problem is that there was nobody behind him. Now, of course, Tim Anderson's going to give him a heck of a shot right here. I don't know if it'll be enough by the time they get around the start-finish line for him to be able to do anything with it.
That bump right there is a good demonstration of why we use moderate damage on super speedways. You have a lot more aggressive bump draft, and it's way more fun. Realistic damage is cool, but I'm not sure you can get away with such an aggressive bump with realistic. You might actually hurt the car.
I was just going to say, watching those aggressive moves sure is fun, man. But I'll tell you what, it's, to me, sometimes this racing can be like trying to get a bird to eat from your hand. You know what I mean? You don't want to make any big sudden moves.
Oh, yeah. But
I love Brian's analogies.
There's guys that do. You watch some of these guys. I've seen guys come from third lane out all the way to the bottom, or bottom all the way to the third lane out. They've done this so much, they're comfortable with it, and it works well.
Brian's analogies are always fun, are always great. They're so fun. It's like trying to get a bird to eat from your hand. You gotta be patient.
No big sudden moves, you know what I mean? Because you're going to scare them away every time.
It's like if you were trying to get water from a rock on a Tuesday before you ate breakfast. It's not something you want to be doing out here on the racetrack. You're like what?
Well, sometimes, like, when you're at the tail end of these big, long drafting lines, because I think we've got a full house tonight. I don't know, how many starters did we have? Like 39, 38?
Full, I think, because there's 3 broadcasters. We had 40 starters.
Yeah, so it's, there's Brian Rawson going a lap down. Unfortunate for him, he was caught up in that wreck, not having the best of luck tonight or on the season, really. But yeah, being at the end of one of these big long lines, I mean, it's like a bad game of crack the whip. You know what I mean? It's you have to hang on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed like Brush, Becker, they all kind of hang around at the back. Like you said, they might be a little bit newer to this stuff too. They don't want to be really up in the eye of the storm.
I get it. That's what I used to do. Now, I run with these guys enough. Now I want to run up front.
But that's the thing. Oh, there's Seth Cole actually has lost the pack as well. That's too bad.
Javier Negron was out there on that outside lane, made the move down in front of Pat McCarsky. Now he has brought that inside lane up there. Hasn't led the lap yet, but he is really, for a couple laps there, he was bringing it up there. Now they got to get a little bit tighter on that bottom, as you can look up the high side there. Them guys are running nice and tight in line, staying pretty tight there. That bottom line's got to do that a little bit more.
See the cars off the pace there. Lamas, Becker. Unfortunately, Seth Cole's back there too. Eric Sullins have lost the draft. Brush is right there. Should be all right.
Got Luckadoo right behind him, so
yeah,
they might be able to catch it. As long as they don't have any damage, might be able to catch it at the end of that draft. They're pretty good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah. I'd like to thank everybody too in the YouTube channel, of course. Randy Wild, Rod Weston's in there. Robin Hudson, Al Sullins is chiming in. Make it 38, or made it 38. Now let's do it. There we go. I got to learn to read words. And David Chin, the storm is everywhere. Commenting on my eye of the storm comment there. Yeah, that's true. When you're 200 mile an hour, 3 wide. And like you said, Brian, too, like you could literally lose 15 positions in like 5 seconds because that's how fast these guys are moving. That's how crazy this draft is.
It can take you 20 laps to get to the front, but 2 laps to lose it again. You know what I mean? That's the kind of the heartbreaking part of this. But man, if you're a guy like Tim Nosker or Chuck McClure, now they seem to be dominating that preferred line up there. Ken Roberts knows what he's doing there too with Rodney Sullins. But to use one of Ken's analogies or whatever, that 17 car in front of him, you do not want his ears pinned back, because once that happens, look out. He's not letting you alone at all.
It's like you're trying to get a bird to eat out of your hand. That's what it is.
Yeah. Guys up
no
front
big
there.
Sudden moves.
As we talked about earlier, I said something about Tim Noster, Chuck McClure, Ken Roberts, Rodney Sullins, and Brian Schillen. And might as well throw Paglia in there as well, because he races on Thursday. You see them, 5 drivers, 6 drivers lined right up. They're not racing each other. They're just lined right up and just pulling away from the field. So you get them guys together, they're going to be hard to beat.
They're chilling right at the end of that top line too.
Yeah, I was focused on the 40 there of Javier Negron on that bottom line. Karski just went down there to help them out, trying to get that line moving. It's not really going anywhere.
Oh, wow, what a save. Holy cow.
Holy mackerel. Bynum a little bit loose.
Must have been Keith Bynum, because I just saw him tank slapping that steering wheel, but he got it straight.
Now the 21 was pushing that 24 so hard you could hear Salt and Pepper in the background, and he saved that thing. I don't know how he did it.
Oh God! All the young viewers out there going, Salt and Pepper? What's that got to do with it?
It's like trying to get a bird to get out of your hand.
You like that one?
Rewind it, take a look at it.
I'm kind of thinking he did. I can just see what it's going to be now. Next time we play Valheim, he's going to be standing on the roof of the game, and I'm going to like, what are you doing? We see a bird? I'm trying to get him to eat out of my hand.
Oh, wow. Just looking at that in the replay, it looks like, holy moly, dude. Dennis McCarthy, he actually turned him right sideways.
Yeah, that's right. That was an amazing save.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm surprised we didn't see smoke out of that.
I missed it.
So that line that we had out there, for some reason, Paglia and Brian Sullins got a little bit separated from that group, and that not having all 6 cars up there, that inside line now being led by Pat McCarsky and then Javier McDragon Javier Negron and Tim Anderson, Nate Balzer, and Dante Ricky, they are starting to make that inside move work.
Yeah, you got to stay committed.
To the 24, and then the 79 actually helped straighten them out. That was awesome. Oh, and I go back live, and we got Ellis spinning around. Yellow flag up.
Oh no, I wasn't live either.
Don't think the lead car's got it, so they're still racing.
Yeah, that happened in middle of the trial, so they're still full throttle.
Oh, okay, they did get it. They just backed off on the backstretch. So.
They did. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I'm carrying it down. They're gonna.
That's the hard thing you have to remember. They, depending on where they get the start, where they hit the start finish line, when the caution falls, sometimes they're not sure if they got it or not, and they keep racing until the game tells them otherwise. So.
Yep.
That was kind of a bad bump in the tri-oval on Billy Ellis, where I don't think that was his fault. So he will keep his Ironman status for now.
And Josh Metallic is locked right onto him. Something happens here.
Guessing everybody's going to go down pit road because they're all slowed right down to about 20 miles an hour, waiting for the pace car. Nope, they're not. Some of them are not going to pit. Still waiting for the pace car to get caught up.
Yeah, there he comes now. I was kind of hoping to see some green flag stops, but it looks like they are going to. Yeah. Looks like maybe with the amount of laps we have now, because we're approaching halfway here pretty quick. This might be a fuel strategy. I don't know, while they're waiting to go into pit road.
Didn't pit the first time around when I don't believe that would probably be the situation where I don't think some of the leaders took the yellow, but the pace car had already come out kind of thing, so they all just let them, just slowed them down and let the pace car get caught back up.
So is that situation, because half the pack was over the line when the yellow came out, that first half should have been allowed to go all the way around, correct? Does the pace car not pick up the cars behind the line? I thought that's how it worked.
Well, I guess probably you'd have to do is go back and take a look at when the caution came out to where they were, because they may have been just prior to it.
2/3 of the pack was past the line already.
Okay.
But I mean, it's fine now. I mean,
that also could have been an admin call too.
Right. Because, like you said, they were still going full throttle to the back straightaway before they geared her down, and then, of course, told not to pit or probably told not to pit because they decided to do it a little bit later. Maybe, I don't know.
I would think that the guys because the hard part about that is that let's say you're Marc Paglia and you haven't hit the line, but the guy in front of you, Tim Anderson, he hit the line just on the other side of the line when the caution came out.
Right.
Guys, I do apologize. I'm going to let you take the reins here for a minute. I do got to step away for just a couple of minutes. I will be right back.
Roger that.
Just got a little birdie whispering in my ears. Basically, is what I was correct. It was an admin call that, yes, the caution had came out. Yes, some of the field hadn't gone through. You know what I mean? So it was an admin call to say, no, we're going to call it that caution. Everybody, do it. Because you got to think about it. If you're allowing them to race back and only half the field can.
Right. Exactly, yeah. You never really thought about that. Yeah, the game itself would just say, no, race back. But
except for the guys that hadn't crossed the start-finish line. As soon as the car hits the start-finish line, it's considered you're under caution. Mm-hmm. So if half the field passed it, the other half didn't, well, you got the first half still racing back for position. You get the second half that's not. So they just decided, no, that's not the way we're going to do it. Caution's out. Everybody don't hit the first time by, hit the second time by. That's why they do that. You got to think about it. You got to look at it that way, because sometimes these things are just cut and dry and pretty easy. But when you get a situation like that, a call has to be made. Ken Roberts and then the group decided that's what we're going to do and make it fair for all. Ooh.
Oscar first off pit road.
Well, let's see here. I'm going to look back and see what happened here. Had a little bit of an episode off pit road.
Oh, must have just been outside the camera view there then.
Tim Anderson left his pit stall, not up to speed. Dante Ricky came out up to speed, cut into the back of him, which caused him to spin around into the back of Paglia. And then, of course, the pack, it's got to go all the way around by him. Now, the downside to that is it happened before they hit the start-finish line.
Yeah.
So, what that means, normally, your position is set when you come off pit road, and you stay in that position. I don't know if that's going to be the case. We'll have to see what the game allows him to do. But Tim Anderson probably come off there about third or fourth position. But I think Dante Ricky is taking the blame for that and decided to pull the car down pit road and call it a night.
Oh, wow. And Tim, too, he was, if he just put it in reverse a little bit, he could have gotten over the line a little earlier.
Right. The curiosity question would be, like I said, is he currently right now hit the start finish line. He's in 27 position. Does the game tell him to stay there, or does the game tell him, to go up through? So it probably will tell him to stay there just because they hit the start finish line. That's the position you're supposed to be in.
Right.
That's an unfortunate for Tim Anderson. That's going to set him back quite a ways. If I'm Tim, going to be set back that far. Probably, I might think about going back down pit road, throwing some more fuel, maybe put 4 tires in the thing, and get myself into a little bit different situation. Quite possibly could help you out.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably what he'll do.
Noticing that
Never hurts.
Denny Carroll stayed out, he led a lap, so that gives him a point, an extra points. Granted, he was third. Let me take a look. Currently third in points, 19 behind Brian Sellen. So, of course, last year's champion. So he's always trying to do the strategy right, trying to get the maximum points that he can. So I think it's 5 bonus points. That'll help him out. Just looking to see. Brian hasn't led a lap. Don't think Josh Metallic has led a lap yet. Checking.
I'm looking at Josh right now on the pit road there. So
He has not led a lap. So think about that. So look at it in the interest of points. He's 19 behind Brian Schilling. You take that points away, take 4 points away. Now he's 15 behind and 2 behind Josh Metallic, as it were right now. Once the race ends, obviously that'll change. But that's a pretty good gain just for staying out and leading a lap. Got time enough to come from the back. We're just about halfway, not even halfway yet. And we know Denny Carroll. He will work his way towards that front if it's at all possible. So just have noticed we got Perry Bond in the chat there.
Yep.
See that Perry racing
from, calling that the way that yellow was handled. It is a good call. Yeah, like Rob was saying too, it makes sense because half the field's allowed to race back, half the field's frozen. It's just everybody's frozen. That's probably part of the driver meeting, but we don't eavesdrop on that, so.
Yeah. But looks like Robert Spring decided to stay out and led that lap. Now, it'd be interesting to see. It looks like he is going to follow the pace car down pit road. Going to put him a little behind in the game. But, like he wasn't here last week, I think it was. Or it was Thursday, I don't know. Not right up there too high in the points, but every point helps. He's just gonna get his lap led, get down there, get his fuel, and hopefully, maybe he'll get a caution before it gets too far into it.
Well, like we've said it before too, it's a muscle memory thing. It doesn't even matter if you've only made one race; you're still gonna want to stay out and lead that lap. It's all part of that strategy stuff. It's just bred right into our brains, right? Like, I gotta still lead lap. I'm like, why? When we only race like once the whole month. Hey, you gotta do it.
I was watching to see because Chuck McClure got a really, really good start on that, and he actually beat Nostr to the line, and he's going to lead that lap. Nostr had already led 11 laps, so then
I am back, fellas. Sorry, I apologize for that. I had to step away for a minute.
All good. He pulled up in front of Nostr, trying to get with the guys that he's familiar with there. Javier Negron did a really, really good run. Rodney Sellens and Marc Paglia right behind him. Question is he going to keep that off here? Sullins has really got to start putting the bumper to him now. Get him pushed up there. Like Pat McCarsky, Dennis McCarthy, Schillings have Keith Bynum as, Javier Negron was able to lead that lap.
Yep, he did get it.
The high line is coming. Middle line's not formed up real well. You got 3 drivers up there near the front, but they're not nose to tail. They just got back together. Ken Roberts is not quite there. That high line has got it formed up really, really good, as does the bottom line. And then, as we always talk about, we don't understand the physics, but that inside line, usually, if that outside line can get a better run on the high side there, it'll start bringing them back.
Yeah, I was just watching that too. Whoa. Oh, no.
Also around, it might not be a yellow for that. Yes, there is.
Oh, we got another one up front there. Oh, no. 17 involved. Chuck McClure almost went over.
Yowza.
That will definitely bring out the yellow. They are still racing back near the front there. I think Javier Negron, they will just... No, they are going to pull out.
Someone's got a better idea about that.
Yep.
Collins has not led a lap yet tonight, so he's going to get himself out there so he can lead that lap, and will do so. Paglia will come across the line in second.
Bump came a little too late for a little...
Javier Negron
too late for Javier, yeah.
Robert Breedlove was right there trying to help him out, but he, just like you said, got there a little too late.
They are approaching the pace car on the back, so they will be slowing down. You know, Rod, you were talking about how those lines form up and how they move, actually. And I know, Blaine, you like my analogy, so I would put it like this: if you're, if you're on a sinking ship and you're looking over at the railing, about to jump into the life raft, what do? You aim for the middle.
Yeah.
Because that middle lane really actually is the preferred line. If you've got the cars, you can do it. But man,
there's a lot of stuff going on in this caution period here. Because I think it would have been Balser that initiated, or like his wreck would have brought out the initial yellow.
I think racing back, they just maybe got a little bit excited there, and the 17 went around. With the 33 of Timmy Anderson.
21 to 44 is up in the fence. Yeah, 17 doing a dance on his headlights.
It looks as if the 44 has retired.
I was just going to say, we have 9 retirees from the race. Brian Lovell, Dante Ricky, Brian Rasson, John Gottfried, Dale Solinsky, Yossi Sandoval, David Chin, Mike Mangialardi, and Steve Brandstetter. Most of them are retired. Mangialardi was an accident. Brandstetter, he lost an engine and a gearbox.
I called the 33, and that was a mistake. He barely squeaked through that whole thing.
That's going to put Seth Cole, who hasn't out there to lead a lap. He hasn't led a lap yet as tonight. Interesting to see if he comes down pit road in pits, or does he stay out there, because he hasn't had a whole lot of luck getting himself back up near the front. Cody Lamas did not pit this time as well. I think Lamas was probably just trying to stay out to lead a lap, but we'll see how that works out for him. Rodney Sullins was the leader when we went to the caution. Of course, now he is the first car off from pit road. Has 4 cars in front of him. As we talked about, we'll see which one of them guys stay out, or whether or not Rodney Sullins re-inherits the lead.
I see Seth Cole's made his way up there to lead a lap.
Yep.
Yep.
Right in front of Cody Lamas.
Kind of taking a Sunday drive there.
Oh. Rodney Sullins come up to, wasn't Eric his cousin?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
I think he came up and was waving to him for a moment there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, you're probably right. You can see them trading paint a little bit.
Yeah. It's actually a sharp-looking car, that 13. I mean, I've always loved the old Miller High Life paint schemes.
Yeah.
Well, look at that 48 started on shotgun position, and he's first into his stall off of that second stop, off that second group, I should say. And he's going for that hard charger, so now he's going to go to the back and do it all over again.
I don't know why he likes that pit stall so well. That, to me, is one of the harder pit stops to come into, because you've got to slow down a lot more before you can get onto the pit road just to make that stop. So
that last, I like that last. Yeah, I like that last stall myself while pitting under green. Now, mind you, pitting under yellow, you've got a lot of traffic coming in behind you if you happen to be in the front of the field when you're making a yellow stop. So getting off, getting out of there is a lot harder than getting in. But under green, that's where my comfort level is, I guess. I don't know.
That's
But
the
he likes that hard charger thing.
That's the thing with me, though. Doing it under green, it's a lot harder, I think.
I just get on TeamSpeak and tell them to get out of the way.
Yeah.
You guys gotta move. Here I come.
Eric Sullins was able to lead that lap. So I can see the lights are off on the pace car. He's actually moved down to the bottom of the track. I imagine he's just going to, go to the end of the longest line and ask for end of longest line penalty that he can, be out of the way. Not comfortable enough to where he wants to be up near the front like that, racing with these guys when he's still trying to get his sea legs, as it were, underneath him. Doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. He's been doing great, but you have to applaud a guy that I know I'm not ready to be up there. Got to go to the back and just keep learning.
And you could see everybody. He did it early, so everybody was able to shuffle.
Yep.
Because odd numbers start on the left, even on the right. If he's in first and he bails, everybody's got to switch. Switch lanes, get back in order. Rodney out front.
Pace car makes a trip down pit road. Rodney Sullins the control car this time, bud.
Race sponsor Marc Paglia right next to him on the outside line, the 28.
I'm watching Robert Breedlove starting off in the third position this time. He has kind of quietly been near the front, and he's stayed there.
Oh boy, they timed that again. Perfect. Breedlove's on it as well tonight. That being the second car, their third car start on the start, but the second car on the bottom, he's pretty much pushed everybody out to the lead on the starts.
The way we've designed our rules package this season too is we've added a new rule for season 3 about jumping these restarts. So in the reviews they kind of look at that. They watch your speeds and they watch, the speeds of the cars around you and to see what happens on these restarts. Normally they go pretty clean, but we've had one or two that got caught.
How do you determine if that's a penalty or not? Like when they go a little bit too early, you have to actually ride on board.
What we do is when we review the restarts, what we do is we freeze frame it right as the green light comes on, and then we check the speeds of the cars that are before the start finish line. We freeze frame it right there before they come across the line. When the green light is on and the flag is waving, and then if their speed's up over 75, 76 miles an hour, then we kind of determined that's a jump.
Hey, Rodney Sullins moves to that high side, or at the middle of the track there with Tim Noster. He's got Marc Paglia, Javier Negron, Brian Sullen back there. Unfortunately, the only one guy they don't have with them from RTG, that is Josh Metallic. He's down there on the bottom side pushing Breedlove, but I'm sure if you see an open up there, he will be right up there behind Nostra or ahead of him, trying to get up there and work with them guys.
Yeah, they've kind of pushed the 23 of Doug Hewlick to the middle a little bit. He's going the wrong direction. Well, now there he goes. Okay.
They keep trying to get a third lane going. You think about when you're that far back, you're not going to go any further forward that outside lane, middle lane is going really, really decent, but not decent enough to where you're going to make up some time. You want to get out there in that third lane, try to get some people that you know that are good pushers, get you out there so you can work your way up towards that front, contend for this win, Still got a ways to go, though. We'll be creeping up on.
I know that 55 Ken Roberts, he's looking for a good finish tonight after last week. He was one of the first cars to be involved in an incident last week, and he kind of had to limp it around, so to speak, for the entire race. But he did finish, but he had some bad luck at the beginning of last week. So I know he's looking for a good finish. He's had some close calls tonight already, though.
I know the game will disqualify you if you're under a certain speed, right? You get a black flag. Does your league have a rule against that? If you can't keep a minimum speed, you're required to leave?
No, we are not required to leave, but you are required to kind of go to the back, kind of stay out of the way, so to speak. If your car is, very vivid, or visually damaged, if you've got a lot of cosmetic damage to it, then, we know you're going to be off the pace. So we ask that you go to the back. And if you do have a damaged car and you're underpowered or whatever, and you cause an incident, then the penalty could be, a little stiff for that. But, it comes down to the old thing of, you got to stay in. I try to stay in until that car won't go anymore, because you never know when somebody else could just crash out or lose their connection or whatever might happen to them. That's only going to gain you positions.
Like Carlin Oaks there on that high side. Now you look down there, we talked about the RTG guys. We talked about Denny Carroll and Randy Watt and Balzer. They always get together. Well, the other one team out there, kind of a team-ish, is Wrecking Ball out there. You got Javier Negron, you got Carlin Oaks, Ulysses Puppy Sandoval. Them guys always like to get together if at all possible. So that another round of drivers there, and as well too, Doug Hillick. Those guys are 4 other drivers that, if they can, they try to look for each other and help each other out too.
Is Sandoval retired? I believe he is.
Yes. He is.
Yeah, my ticker doesn't show it, but yeah, it might be.
He's
some of them it deletes the names.
He's out, but I just was saying, those are the other guys that, they do look for each other.
Oh yeah. You'll see, like you were talking about before. The RTGs guys will find each other. The teammates of Sullins and Roberts, Brian Ross, and those guys always look for each other. Garland Oaks is up there now, starting to run with the 55, and he's one of our admin here, review team. So those guys, I think, for the most part, will try to stay together.
Then you got the admins of the series. They always kind of stay together, right?
Well, they try to.
They don't usually, because there's so many different diverse people from different teams, different leagues and stuff that they've originated from, that have all come over here at ASR, the All-Star Racing League, to come play and have fun on a Saturday night.
Absolutely.
Saturday night. Then these guys are there.
Yeah.
I tell you,
ASR is the place to be on Saturday night, man. I'm telling you.
I would never, before, I'd say probably about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, if you'd asked me, hey, we're having a Talladega race, do you want to come? I'd be like, no. And now I'm there every Thursday, and when we're not broadcasting here, I'm out here doing it, and I'm starting to understand why people like it. So I'd still rather go to Martinsville, but I'm starting to get it.
That's a different series. That's the Martinsville Challenge.
Yeah, we got to get ASR to doing the Martinsville Challenge. Cricket.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I am a big fan of this super speedway racing, but I mean, I tell you what, I think just like anybody else, I mean, there's some races I've been very successful, and then other ones I just can't figure it out, man. And every other week I'm considering my life choices and, you know, wondering what the heck I'm doing. You know what I mean? If I ever, when and if I do pass away, I know they're going to ask me about it at the pearly gates. They're going to be, you know, you want to explain this whole sim racing thing?
Yeah.
Before we let you in.
Eric Sullins graciously moved to the high side, let the leaders go by. Unfortunately for him, that will put him a second lap down. But like I said, he's out there learning. Hopefully he can pull right down and get in behind these guys, you know, get back into that draft. As long as he wasn't involved in one of the earlier accidents and has the damage that he can't keep up with him, that'd be a good learning experience for him. Looks like Brian Schelling down there in the bottom. He hasn't been up there, hasn't led a lap yet. He's trying to get that bottom groove going, so maybe he can get up there and lead a lap.
Lap 50 completed of 76 here, coming up to lap 51, and I'm noticing our race sponsor, Marc Paglia, up there holding his own in third.
Been up there majority of the race, which is a great spot to be, because if there's going to be
Absolutely.
accidents so far, although he was involved in one, I believe.
Well, slightly, yes.
I don't think he hit anything. He got spun, but or he did spin, but there goes Javier to the inside to be pushed by Ken Roberts, and here it comes.
You got the three Toyotas there that would work together, but they're currently now bouncing around back and forth. They still haven't found each other to be able to get into one of the lines and work together that way. But say Tim Noster has the most laps led so far. Oh, sorry, I take that back. That is Nate Balzer had the most laps led. Tim Noster's 2 behind him, and Rodney Sullins, he just led his 9th lap for the night. Fastest lap tonight, Seth Cole, 200.409 miles per hour. That is 47.736 in time. So
It's crazy. I can get stuck in a pocket like that because it's all an average speed. We always talk about that, how it's like from start line all the way around to start line again. And that's an average speed around this track, which is wild to me that they can maintain a speed that high.
well, there's secrets to it. I mean, if you want to be the one, I like to, like, hypothetically, let's say they gave a bonus out for, you know, whoever turns the fastest lap. You're gonna be behind these guys that are running like 2 wide. You get yourself about 0.7 seconds behind them, but you want to do that as you're starting to pull to them, as you hit the start-finish line. Then you use that suck up that you get to them. You drive right up to them and try to, you know, keep your momentum going and never have to lift, and that's how you're able to get a fast lap. Now, I'm not saying that that's what Seth did. I'm just saying, you know, there are ways, if you wanted to be the one that set the fastest lap, there are ways of doing it. Rodney Sullins still out there in front, pretty got a much commanding the lead right now. He's just kind of, everybody behind him is just staying in line. You got that inside line trying to make something happen, but you look at the guys out there, they're just kind of letting laps run down. We know that they can't make it without another pit stop, which, I don't know.
Pat McCarthy's got a huge run right there. If he gets some help, he's going to go.
Looks like Heelick was looking down there to see about maybe dropping down in front of him, but that run hasn't materialized down there, so he decided to stay up in that high line. If he's going to do it, he's going to have to do it soon, and it's too late now. Arski's got the car underneath him there. Might get a little bit of better run off here. See if he moves down. Almost looks like the front 4 drivers almost were kind of thinking about dropping to the bottom.
Could we be thinking about pit stops again already?
That's what I was just going to say. I'm thinking that, you know, it's been a little while since we pitted. We've had a pretty good long green flag run. Gotta be soon. Let me see if I can find out some information on that.
The 41 of Denny Carroll moves over now and behind the 55. Maybe they can get that bottom line going. We encourage everybody to bump that 41 in the corners.
Gosh, Any of you guys...
You'll know what I'm talking about next week when we do the Pro Tips 150.
I'm just saying, anybody that wouldn't know what we're talking about unless you race against Danny Carroll, just always posting up. Please don't bump in the corners. I would be willing.
Then you got guys like myself and Rodney Sullins will type in immediately after, please bump the 41 in all the corners.
Yep.
Oh, we kid because we care, and there's a couple going around.
Racing back to the caution here. It's going to be 20 laps to go after we get across the
And as we were just talking about him, Denny Carroll he's retired.
We know they can do approximately 19 to 20 laps.
He was sliding on his lid there for quite a while.
We're gonna come out here. These guys are gonna come out with about 19 laps. Then probably go back green with 18. I think you'll see a lot of these guys top it all off with fuel tires if they feel like they need them. They know they can make it from here. You'll still see a lot of them clutching just to make sure, especially if you're Rodney Sullins, because you're out front. If you're the guy out front, you're pushing all the air. It's going to be a little harder for you to make it on fuel, but I believe if they all pit this time by, they should be able to make it to the end from here.
I'm trying to see what happened there. It looked like, I don't know if the 40 got bumped down to the apron, but as he was correcting it, they stacked up behind him a little bit, and then looks like the 67 of Garland Oaks got into the 41, shot him into the outside wall like a torpedo, and he was just on his lid for the longest time, and then finally I think he just called it a night. He was missing some body parts there.
They don't handle so well when you just got a bunch of parachutes for a body.
Yeah, right. I was just going to mention how, though, Denny Carroll, won the championship this last season, season 2. And he's always one to watch for. He's always a threat, to win these events.
He's a great super speedway racer.
Yeah. But it's we keep saying it. We've said it all along. You got to have the luck. If luck's not on your side, it's just not going to happen for you.
Yeah, that's the thing about this. Like I always say, I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Exactly.
John Turner stayed out. He'd already led one lap before, but just is probably more of a situation where he gets him moved to the back of the pack. But he's going to have more fuel, going if he pits the next time by. So if these guys can't make it, which I believe they can, he might be in the catbird seat there, be able to make it to the end for sure. Adds the retirement, like you say tonight, Danny Carroll. Unfortunately for him, right now currently we only have a car one lap down, and that's Andy Luckadoo. He should be the lucky dog this time by. Robert Becker stayed out, so I don't know if he's going to pit this time by. Andy Luckadoo has also had stayed out, but I believe those guys, is Becker on the lead lap? Yes, he's on the lead lap. Sean Turner and Becker on the lead lap. Luckadoo's car back there, he has to stay out. Next time by, he'll come down pit road. Then he'll come out, go up to the high side, go up to the outside of the pace car. When the lights go out, he will drive around and come up to the back of the field, pick the end of the longest line. At the green flag, he will receive a black flag, which the admin will clear for him. That's how they get their lucky dog back.
Yeah, you can't say these guys aren't learning.
And take Denny Carroll along to get into the chat.
Yeah, we should give a shout out to our fans watching, if there are any. 23
people are watching right now. Blaine can give you more of that information. How many times will we have 23 on there? 420. Sorry.
And while we under a caution, it does give me an opportunity to thank once again Marc Paglia, currently in the third position, for bringing along for being here and bringing along Canines for Warriors 200. What an awesome thing that is. We talked about that at the beginning. And I also would like to, since we are under caution, I will take this opportunity. Last week, Blaine, when you played the Bryant Motorsports commercial with the two girls, Haley and Kaylee, I got them backwards, actually. Haley is in the commercial. Haley is in the passenger seat, and Kaylee is the younger one in the driver's seat. I got Dave Chin informed me the next day that I got it backwards, so I apologize for that, and we're glad to have them along.
They got to do a newer commercial though.
Yeah,
the same girls doing the same thing, but just the older girls, you know. I was saying we got 464 subscribers. We lost one, but then I guess we gained one. We're getting closer. We just need a few more to get to that 500 mark. We're kind of curious to see what happens if we get to the 500. So if you guys out there would like to, subscribe to Tarnation TV, it is free. We don't judge.
Yep, free for the next couple hours. Promise. And with a coupon, it's even more free.
There you go.
See how much nonsense we can feed everybody.
I know we did mention it last week too, but Haley, actually, who is 21 years old, just got her first enduro win at Langley Speedway down there.
Very nice.
Still got the pictures. There she is.
Yeah.
If you need a car,
call Bryant Motorsports.
Yep.
Those guys are just precious. We're so blessed to have them along with us.
Rumor has it too. You were saying they were trying to get them to cut a new one, which would be funny if they could get them to do another one, 15 years later, cut it into commercial. And we'll have the updated version, and we'll have to play them side by side.
Lights are off on the pace car. Rodney Sullivan's going to be the control car this time. Tim Nosser, Marc Paglia, Doug Hillick, and there's Chuck McClure. I think that's Nate Balzer. Yep, Nate Balzer. And then Dennis McCarthy.
I believe they can all make it on fuel, so we might see a pretty good barn burner here at the end with Sullins going to lead them down to the next green.
Get ourselves a nice, green flag finish tonight.
Man, these guys are competitors too. They are so exciting to watch. I mean, it's so hard to describe what it feels like to be in one of these cars when you're like, when you're doing this. But man,
we know what it's like. We've all done it.
I do. But it's, again, I would so much rather be up here watching this hornet's nest than being inside of it.
Starting to lean where I'd like to be out there doing it a little bit more, but I'm still in the booth as well, always.
Well, you're going racing yourself next weekend, aren't you, Rob?
Yeah, next 2 Saturdays I'll be racing my go-kart at night. Huh?
That's cool. They do the Saturday night races. You get some the lights racing in there. It's cool.
We put underglow under the carts. They didn't know about it until we went out for green, and they actually loved it.
I think everybody's a big fan of Saturday night racing under the lights, I mean, even in real NASCAR, you know what I mean? When they put the lights on at Daytona and did the Pepsi 400 that first year, it was just so spectacular. And, where else are you going to be on a Saturday night, man, but having a cold one and watching these exciting races?
I cut my teeth on a Saturday night racetrack, so Mace car makes a trip down pit road. Rodney Sullins is a control car, Tim Nosser on the outside. See who gets the better run on the start here. Inside lane's been pretty darn good tonight. Second car's always been right there, giving them a nice little shove.
See, the inside line gets lane choice if you're the leader. So Sullins will just opt to stay down there because
Sullins right on it. Paglia right there with him, gives him a good shot. Kind of gets him out in front of Tim Noster. See if that Doug Hillick is starting to put the bumper right there to Noster on that high side. Might be able to get that thing wound up enough to where they come off there down to the backstretch. It wouldn't be surprised if you see, I'm just going to say it.
There it is.
See Sullins. Oh no, Keith Bynum.
Yellow is up.
Cy Jones involved.
I saw Keith Bynum. I saw Tim Anderson. They're going back, racing back to the green. Tim Knopfler
jumps to the
drops
bottom.
to the bottom there. He's going to try to see if he can get out there and lead this thing when he comes around. A big problem. Nobody right there tight behind him. Hagley is pushing Rodney Sullins. Chuck McClure just about got to the back bumper of Tim Knopfler, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be too late. I think Hagley is going to come out with second as well. Yep.
I just have to wonder. That didn't take very long. I wonder if somebody lost a gear or something back there or got excited. Something happened back there.
I saw Keith Bynum's car spinning around, and then I saw Tim Anderson. Both of them guys decided no longer to be race car drivers. They wanted to be pilots, both airborne for a little bit.
Focus on the 63 of Keith Bynum right now. See what happened here. Right there, he's in 10th spot.
Looks like he got a little bit of a shove from the 33.
Yeah. Almost collected it, too.
RJ Bishop in the chat. Man, you got to go watch Seth on board.
Okay.
Apparently, Seth must have drove through it all. I would imagine dodging cars and...
Oh, yeah.
That 21 car really took some evasive action. He was almost down to the inside wall trying to get around that, and he did. Did a good job of saving that.
Not even up to speed yet, and Seth has to make some moves.
These guys don't really get up to speed pretty much until they come back around to the start-finish line. They're still getting them things wound up. So.
Who went for the flip there? Was that Cy? That was Cyber. That might be an onboard to check out too.
Wow. Just looked over the broadcast there and Seth going through that. Had to lift a little bit. Unfortunately, if he hadn't have, he might have come out of that really, really good, but track was pretty much blocked.
Tell you one guy who's not giving up is that 40 car, Javier Negron.
Crazy crash.
Yeah, they're going to have fun in the review team tonight.
That takes Bynum out.
So far, this has been a pretty exciting race, though. I mean, it's been really competitive. And
did you guys want to take a short commercial break and watch the Parts Barn, the Bryant Motorsport commercials?
Yeah, that would be on you, Blaine. I got to step away again anyway for a second.
Perfect.
Got a little bit of an issue going on here, but no harm, no foul. I will be right back.
Roger, Roger. Well, yeah, like we said there, we got time to do it. We might as well do it right now because we are running out of time. Thank you again to Bryant Motorsport. Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales and the Parts Barn, of course. Two different commercials for them, and we're going to run them right now. So thanks again for the support. And here we go.
Get this car for Grandma. Me too. He got it at Bryant Motorsports on High Street in Portsmouth. She's really gonna love it. I know, right? If you need a car, give us a call at 393-2600. That's 393-2600.
At the Parts Barn Used Auto Parts, we're crushing cars and prices. The last Saturday of every month is half price. We pull for you, or you pull your own and save even more. Call or search inventory at PartsBarnVA.com. The Parts Barn, Suffolk and Portsmouth.
Pop.
There it is. Thank you to the Parts Barn, and of course, Bryant Motorsport owns that whole facility, so that's super cool. We got the, we went and grabbed those commercials off of Facebook.
Looking at the Rodney Sullins has taken over the most laps led so far, up to 15.
Oh wow!
Just checking. Currently 8th in points. About came in tonight tied with Dennis McCarthy at about 47 points behind. So a win tonight would definitely help him out. Mangialardi, I think we said he was out. Greg Palmer not here tonight. Marc Paglia running up near the front. Greg Lovell, I haven't seen Greg Lovell in the race tonight as well. So far, if he finishes where he's at, he should be moving up about maybe 2, 3, 4 spots. That'll get him back up there towards the front. He's got plenty of time to maybe get himself up there in the points lead. We've seen him on the Sunday night, run really, really great. Then they had a unfortunate thing happen. I believe that we had to do a race for SMO, I believe it was, or for somebody. The schedule had to be changed, and he was unable to make that last race that season. I do believe he would have won the championship that night.
Yeah. Yeah, because they bumped it 1 week. They held the race until we were able to cover it, and that was it, yeah. Just in the YouTube chat there, Danny Carroll, I didn't know Black Sheep Racing himself in the 41, the 21 of Randy Wall, the 931 of Robert Breedlove, the 029 of Mangialardi, and the 99, or the 889
RJ Cabana.
Of RJ Cabana. I did not know they were a team.
I didn't know RJ Cabana was. I do know that Mangialardi works for them, and I did know the other guys. So pace car makes that trip down pit road. We're getting down to it now. Andy Sullivan's going to be the point man. Marc Paglia tonight, sponsor tonight on the outside. Tim Noster, Doug Heelick, Chuck McClure, Dennis McCarthy, Nate Balzer, and I think that is Javier Negron back there in the 10th spot. Not such a good start. That high line got a little bit better of a start this time. Going to see the inside catch up to him, but Doug Heelick is right there on the back bumper, giving Marc Paglia a pretty good push. So we'll see how it works out. Dennis McCarthy's got a head of steam coming off the corner. That should kind of relate if he puts right into the back of Doug Heelick. Should push them guys right out front. And look at that push come.
Guys, I re-entered the booth. I apologize again for that.
No problem. Paglia did get credit for leading that last lap.
And I had my sound turned down. I had my speakers turned down, so I couldn't hear you talking. I thought I had dead air there.
Nope, we are here.
Oh, we just stopped the broadcast and just waited for you. That's all.
We paused. World revolves around Wolf.
That's right.
Yeah. Now that inside line's got it wound up again. Tim Noster, you get Chuck McClure there, Nate Balzer. That's a pretty good stout group on the bottom. Not the guys on the top are pretty good too, but them guys down there, the 3 guys on the bottom, RTG, running nose to tail, pushing like crazy. Ooh, Hillett got a little bit into the back of Paglia. I think Dennis McCarthy kind of got in the back of him. That's what they got to do. They got a bump draft down there, but it just kind of got a little bumper grab there. Hillett got a little bit out of shape. That slowed that middle line out. Look, way up there in the back, he got Randy Waugh trying to make that third groove work with Brian Schilling, Josh Metallic, and Robert Sprang.
It is weird to see Rodney get clear that last time by coming out of 2 and not move up to the middle line, but then, of course, you see that bottom line, who he's with.
Marc Paglia
is going to stay with those guys.
Yeah, Marc Paglia, I think, took that last lap with, what is it now, 9 to go? There's where the race event desperation starts to kick in.
Top there in 10th, and he's, again, Lamas always starts last, and he's up there in the top 10 right now in that high line.
You see McCarthy go from the third car back on that middle groove up to the high side there. That's going to slow that middle line down. They lost a little drafting. And last side, the Hillock was trying to find room to go up there. Yeah, could not do it.
Would have been a good move by Hillock, but he just ran out of space.
I was surprised Paglia did not go up there when he had the chance. It's not quite. Still can.
Not anymore.
But I say it's going to come to a point here really soon where that high line's going to go. Oh, it's close for him. He might be able to move up there if he decides to. He's lost Hillock a little bit. It might have been a smart move to go up there. I decided not to. Roberts is going to go up there. Look at this. He's going to go all the way to the top. Talked about that earlier, about how these guys are just amazing how they can do this stuff. Right from the bottom of the track all the way to the top of the track, because he knows that momentum up there is going to be pretty good. Tim Noster, nope, he's not going to let Rodney Sullins win this. He pulls out Chuck McClure, Nate Balzer, Garland Oaks, where did he come from? He hasn't been up here. He's been running kind of mid-pack in the back. We're getting down to it. He's right up there, third car on the outside. Yep. Mike Brush.
I was going to mention Mike Brush. Look at that.
16th position. He's up in 6th or 7th there right now. So
Awesome. I like to see that for that guy. Ooh, he drifted up a little bit, almost into the 23 of Hewlick.
That top line is
Knopfler's in control. Yeah, Knopfler's pretty much in control of this thing right now.
Getting down to it, though. These guys, if you're going to try to go for the win, you got to start thinking about what you're going to do. You can see Garland Oaks just looking, see who's in front of them, who's going to go where, They're trying to find out if they got a drafting partner, can I go? So we see Rodney Sullins try to get a third line going out there. He's got Ken Roberts with him on the backside. Got Dennis McCarthy. They need to get a few more drivers up there. They need to shake up that middle lane a little bit, get them broken up a little bit so they can maybe get up there and try to contend with this. Cy Jones gonna stay up next to the wall, let them guys go by. Downside that that's kind of hard for the guys that are running the high group when when a lap car is out on the outside like that. But that's where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to go to the high side. Plenty of room underneath them, so they have to kind of make an evasive move sometimes. That's the way where you want them on the high side, so that the rest of the guys can have the complete track to use as they need to.
6 laps remaining at the line.
Just gonna say, watch Pagley here and Anderson. They see that high line coming. So does Garland Oaks. Now, wouldn't be surprised to see Rodney Sullins when he gets to about a certain right spot. He'll go right down behind, try to get up there behind Nate Balzer, trying to see what he can do. Use the air, get up there, try to get that run. Maybe he can use that run to get down there and push them guys. But none of these guys want to push somebody to the win. They want to go out there and win it themselves.
That's right. Yeah, and look at this outside line coming. Now they got the numbers.
Yep. Wow.
Start shaking up a little bit. Oaks don't believe has led a lap yet this evening. Or has Chuck McClure, so Alan Oaks should have this lap led and this time by.
Still got my eye on that 28 car. He's looking to maybe making a move all the way to the outside. Nope, he's going to think better of it and come back.
I'm wondering now, these guys are putting this together now if it's too early. They always
4 laps
wonder
to go?
if it's too early. Yeah, coming to 4 laps to go. It's like, oh man, I wonder if
is it too early for Garland Oaks? Maybe. Is it too early for Rodney Sullins? No. They've got to get up there. They've got to, you got to get up. You got to start making your way towards the front. You look at Josh Metallic. He's way back here a little bit on the very, very bottom. He's trying to make a move because he's too far back. He's not going to be able to do anything unless he gets up there near the front.
Seen some pinching going on here.
just a little bit.
Yeah, they got still got my eye on that 28 car, man. He is really pushing Timmy now.
67, all rear view mirror, I would imagine.
All one of those cars needs is just a little space to get in front of that Tim Oscar, and it could be on from there.
The 67's kind of hanging out to the left a little bit. He's almost drafting with both lanes. Oh, they're door banging right there.
Wow. Looks just like a bump draft kind of gone wrong there for a moment. I think Pagley got a little out of shape. Was pretty good. Oh, here we go. Garland Oaks. Now, you know Garland Oaks, he's going to have the biggest mirror that anybody else does out there. Tries to make the move down on Tim Anderson. Cannot do it.
Look at him separate now. The 28 has nowhere to go. Come on, man.
Nah, Tim Anderson got out there. Ken Oster's looking. Getting down to it, boys.
Oh!
67.
Oh! Garland Oaks up into the fence.
He'll save it. Sent him backwards, but he'll save it. Man, everybody averted that one.
Oof.
Fortunately for
Marc, 67 now is going around. Ooh, hard. Backwards into the inside wall. Crashing up in front of that.
Still racing back.
Still
Look at
green.
Balzer. Nate Balzer down, bounces off the fence, never lifts, get back out there trying to get as many positions as he can.
Tim Nosker will bring him to the line. It's still green.
Still green.
Still green. Anderson has a chance with Roberts pushing him on the outside. 24 will stay with him. Here comes Josh Metallic finally making an appearance. Look at that. He was almost going to try it 4 wide there.
Oh, we're
man.
breaking up again.
A little bit of a butt draft.
We're still
kinda in
green,
the
but they don't
corner's
want
gone
to be.
wrong.
Oscar and Metallic are now hooked up. Let's see what happens here with McClure in the middle, stuck.
Holy moly.
Ken
Here comes
Roberts
Ken
got to
Roberts.
move.
It's like we're still green, but they don't want to be. Look at the run the 48 has. We're shilling right on them. Holy
Ken
moly.
Roberts out
He has
front
not
now.
left his bumper for the last two laps.
Points leader Brian Schillen was out there on that high side now, just barely having it around, kind of just got to him. This is the last lap. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to make anything happen.
Yes,
Ken Roberts
Roberts
up front there, just making that track as wide as he can.
Oh man, look at Breedlove and Marc Paglia going to come up third.
Paglia got 2 laps ago, got shuffled out all the way near the back of this pack. Now he's back
McCarthy
up there in
coming
the third
strong.
car on the inside. Dennis McCarthy with a big
Paglia looking low. They're going for it.
Oh,
On
man.
the apron. He
He's
made it work.
squeezing it down there.
Come on,
Oh,
save
baby.
it, save it. Wow, what a drive.
They are coming
Lost
to
the
the
momentum
checkers.
a little bit, but can he get a push by Noster?
McCarthy out
Oh,
front.
this is going to be a
Oh
tight
man.
one. Oh, boy. It'll be 3.
Oh, there goes. He's
there
taking a
goes around.
shortcut.
Dennis McCarthy is going to come
got
up out of nowhere and win this thing.
Oh man. Poor
Like
Marc
3 or
Paglia
4
got
wide
turned.
going through there.
Dennis
Unbelievable.
McCarthy, Robert Breedlove, Cody
Wow.
Wallace.
What a finish. Holy cow.
Jeez, guys. That's 2
That
nights in a
was
row. I
crazy.
can't handle this.
Roberts comes out away with 4th, and Javier Negron 5th. 6th is Brian Schillen. First time all season he's finished outside the top 2, but can't complain too much. He's 6th. They'll still keep that points lead pretty good.
Paglia back
Tim
to
Noster,
17th.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the side
8th.
of McCarthy's car. It's all smashed in on the right side.
And there once again, Cody Lamas in the 48 started last on the field, comes up third for that
Yep.
Hard Charger award once again.
Awesome.
Two-time recipient of that too in our first 2 seasons.
Unreal.
What a finish. Oh,
That and then the fact that you
That
guys
was
were
wild.
calling out the there was an accident happened there, but I didn't peel away from it. First of all, because of the race back situation, and I'm looking at my tickers and the green had stayed out. And then it looked like they wanted to start wrecking again.
You look at Dennis McCarthy. He was, the lap before he was 5th. The lap before that he was 8th. What a charge he made on that outside.
Unreal.
Got the right people behind him, and he was able to go out there and sneak away the win. That's pretty gosh darn cool.
And you look at the side of that car, it's just mangled. So like, oh, you
And that's
need
from
to
the
be
guys congratulating him.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you need to be aerodynamically sound to win this race. No, you don't.
I'll tell you what, the Tim Nosker and the 17 of Chuck McClure pushed the 28 of Marc Paglia just a little bit too hard through that tri-oval, sent him around, and I'll tell you what, I don't think there's anybody more heartbroken over that than I am.
Yeah, it's a shame. At the last mile, too. Not even the last quarter mile.
Yeah, last 500 feet here, he was almost had it. Darn it.
All right, let's get some guys in the interview. Brian, you ready to do some interviews?
I am.
Cody Lamas, you got Rod, Brian, and Blaine live in the Tarnation TV booth. You got a copy?
What's up, guys? Been a while.
Yeah, it has been a few days. All right, Brian, take it away.
Hey, good performance tonight, Mr. Hard Charger. Taking your spot in the back, started dead last, come up to finish third, man. What a performance. As always, that was great, man. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, God, it's been a little rough. The season for the old Hard Charger. Not a lot of luck, and I really honestly didn't feel like I was going to have any success with that either today. But it worked out, and it was nice to get back in the groove. I think it's been a while, I haven't really been able to drive through the field like season 1 and 2. So hey, it's nice to have that, get that out of the bag, and now we can go for another when the next time opportunity.
There you go, man. Yeah, that was a fun race to watch. Like I said, man, it's always fun watching you come up through there like that. And we talked about you a little bit at the beginning, saying how much you like that doing that Hard Charger thing, man. And you did it tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not it's not easy, especially with the way how some of these races have gone recently. But it's always fun to do. It's fun to miss the wrecks. And hey, it gives you guys a free onboard opportunity if you guys want a cool view of the wreck. And I always like to say that. As for the race, it felt good. I kind of felt like season 1 and 2 when I was getting up there and driving through the field, which was nice to have that option again. That ending was hairy. People thought the caution was out coming to the line. There was checking up, lifting, and some of us, we were all confused. Then we were like, oh, we have 2 laps to go. It was a doozy. Thought I could maybe have a chance on the outside of Dennis, but he put a good block on, and I'm just glad I didn't turn him.
I got to mention this. You come in tonight 12th in points. If you look at the top 12 drivers, John Godfrey has missed 1 race. So, I got to say this, you're the lowest in points out of the top 12 drivers that have made every race. Now, this is going to help you out quite a little bit, get you up there, but come on, buddy. What's this back in 12th stuff? You're supposed to be up there in the top 3 contending.
Tell me that every week the last couple of weeks. I've been involved in a lot of people overcorrecting their saves when you're just kind of cruising around doing nothing. So it hasn't been the best first 3 races for sure, but I mean, we saw it in season 1. I like to climb the points, so we'll just keep it going, keep the momentum, and see where we can end up.
What people don't know is he likes to give me a hard time behind the camera when we're not doing the broadcasting and stuff like that. So what he has to understand is I can always have the opportunity to get him back.
Yeah, it was fun during practice. I was excited to move around in front of you and give you some harassing during the early practice.
Yeah, he did. He kind of liked to play around a little bit. Brian, do you have any more questions for Cody?
No, other than just to say great performance again, man. That was outstanding to watch. If you have any shout outs, people you want to thank, people you want to talk to, places to go, people to see.
I'm going to get it in because I'll never forget when I got told to never mention and not forget the league sponsor. So thank you to the league sponsor, of course. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. Thanks to everybody, who was pushing, who was helping. It's always fun to get up there and mix it up with them. Gives you good confidence, It just gives you that reassurance that everybody needs once in a little bit. And see you Tuesday.
There you go. Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and looking forward to seeing you Thursday. We're at Circuitville, Circuit Jacques Villeneuve.
Make sure our passports are working.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to see how you do that road course. It's a pretty technical course, so we'll see how you do there. All right, good job, bud.
Thank you.
It's not Jacques Villeneuve, that's his father, Gilles. But yeah.
Let's get technical about it, but Circuit Villeneuve. Either way, all I know is Championship Corner. I've hit it too many times. Robert Breedlove, you got Rod, Brian, and Blaine in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Good job tonight, but I'm gonna let Brian Wolf ask you some questions.
All right.
Okay, my first question is, who do you think you are, man? No, I'm just teasing you, man. What a great performance! It was fun watching you all night. And I said during the broadcast, if you watch it back, this guy's quietly been in the front, towards the front all night long and staying out of trouble. And man, what an exciting finish! And I keep saying it, but man, that was a blast to watch. That was a fun race to call, man. Good job.
It was crazy from the word get-go. It was, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I didn't think that was going to happen at the end, but everyone thought the yellow was coming out when all those cars were wrecking. So they all started letting off for some reason. So we all went around them. So it is what it is.
Outstanding.
You come in 30th in points, had made every race. You've not had a whole lot of luck this season thus far, so it's kind of cool to see you have, a decent race, a top 3 finish. So you got to keep that momentum going, get yourself back up there a little bit higher on that point.
All right, I've had luck. It's just been all bad.
Right. If it wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have any at all. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I told myself and my teammates that I was not leaving the bottom line all night long. I'm not going to the high side because every time I do, I get in a wreck. So that's what I did until towards the end.
So that we know where you're going to be running next week then. But you're pretty good there. You were really good on the starts, especially when you had Balzer in front of you there. You timed it about right. Balzer would go, you'd give him a good shot, and just about anybody that was in front of you on the starts were going to go. And you had that right down to a science, which helped whatever lane you were in go forward. So that was pretty good for you. So all in all, like I said, you just stayed out of the trouble, stayed out of the hazards, the potholes, and come out there with a really good finish tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was after that last wreck, Denny got wrecked, and I hit him and put me way in the back, and I was like, well, this is not going to be good, but it all worked out.
Did you have any damage from the accident, or was it just basically spun, put 4 tires on it, go back out there and head to the front?
They hammered on it a little bit, not too much. It seemed like if I was out by myself, it wasn't as good if I was behind somebody.
Yeah. We've seen this mod kind of do that a lot. We've seen Rodney Sullins be out there with the whole back of the car missing, and as long as he was in the draft, he was still really competitive. So they gotta have to hats off to this mod. It's pretty good unless you park it in the fence really hard.
Yeah. With this mod, if you get any kind of front end damage, that's what really tears you up, I think.
Brian, you got any more questions, or you want to send him out to thank people he wants to thank?
I wanted to add one thing to let our viewers and our fans and our followers know that actually Robert Breedlove here is one of our top admin and review team, and just has been just an asset to not just this series in the league, but I've raced with him for the last few years and just been a detriment to the entire community, man. We thank you for that. And again, great performance tonight. And whoever you want to thank or shout out to, this floor is yours.
Hey Brian, I appreciate that. And actually, Ken gave me the free run of the server tonight, which at times that was a handful on itself. I don't know how these guys do it every week, but just want to thank Dave Chin and Bryant Motorsports for all they do for us, and of course Marc for sponsoring this race with the K9. That's pretty cool too. And of course, Brian, Ken, Garland, all the admins.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And then, of course, Rod and Blaine. Can't leave them guys out.
You can leave us out. We're insignificant. Doesn't matter.
I was getting ready to dump Brian's microphone, but he did call you an asset. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. I didn't know what he was going to say.
Well, congratulations on your second place finish, and I'm going to move you right down there into the review room because I can see they're forming up down to get ready to do it. So good job, man.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Robert. I'll see you in a few minutes here for the review.
All right, man.
Thanks, Robert.
All right.
I was going to mention that too, kind of how everybody sort of, I was thinking, do they think the yellow is out? Like Cody was saying, some of the drivers, I believe, thought the yellow came out for that, but it was still green. That's why it got so jumbled up there. It was kind of neat.
I thought it was out.
Yeah, I'm looking going, it's not out. We're still green. So
I think Dennis has got to get that picture from you that you put on for the broadcast there, because he's got to have that so he can frame it on his wall. The damage that he got, most of which was after the race. But Dennis McCarthy, you got Rod, Brian, and Blaine in the Tarnation TV booth live. Do you have a copy, bud?
Absolutely, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. I tell you, we talked about you a lot. I did, at least, because you and I raced on Thursday, and I can't tell you how many times I've decided I want to go to the high side. I look at my rear view mirror out of my front of my car, and I'm either following you or being pushed by you. So we work very well together. But we're going to let Brian ask you a few questions. And Brian, take it away.
Yeah, just like Rod said, we've been watching you all night, and I said at the very beginning, I said, look at this McCarthy. He's trying to get that third line going, and he is driving this thing like he is mad at the track, like you were mad at the pavement, man. That was a great performance. It was just a tremendous drive for you, man. Great win. 1 second, I'm sorry. That was fun watching you tonight, man, and to pull it off at the end like that with all that confusion and chaos going on was just that was really fun to watch. I know I've said that probably 100 times tonight, but man, it really was. That was fun watching you tonight.
Yeah, it was some race. I didn't think I had it either. I'm looking now, 1 lap led, the one that counts, and I was staying with Ken Roberts and kind of got pitched out by Robert Breedlove on that last lap and forced me to stay up top. And here comes Cody, and just gave me that shove I needed, and off I went.
I was talking about how with 1 to go you were 5th, with 2 to go you were like 8th or 10th. That was just a wicked charge from, and as you say, you kind of got hung out, but it ended up being the move that paid off, and you got the real good strong push there by Cody and got yourself out there. So I was looking at how you're doing in points. You're 9th in points. You started 3 races, 2 top 10s, 1 DNF, so you've not had the greatest season, but fortunately, you still got 6 races left. The win's going to help you out quite a bit. Now you got to go up there and see if you can work yourself up that championship ladder just a little bit higher.
Absolutely. Tough bunch of guys out here. This has really become an elite league of racers, very respectful. Not easy to win here. In a lot of these leagues, it's not easy to win. It's a bunch of the same guys each week. Finally get to, kind of rip that yellow sticker off the back of my car that I've been dragging around for a year. But it's a good feeling. I get a T-shirt like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And we were all joking and saying who's going to get the T-shirt. But it was a good night. I'm really happy. You get that heart pumping though at that last lap. You guys have been there, and like you're saying about that outside line, I tried getting it going a couple of times, and nobody wanted to go.
I'd say more than a couple.
I mean, I thought I was done halfway through. I was looking out my window net through somebody's windshield. I got bumped into somebody, and I don't know how I saved that. But I guess luck was on my side tonight.
I'll tell you, I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Absolutely.
Blaine, you haven't had a chance to ask any questions tonight. You got any questions for Dennis?
I'm always working at stuff behind the scenes, but no real questions. I mean, it was just such a fantastic race to watch, just watching what you guys do here. But I mean, do you find like week to week? I'm always curious about like the strategies and the moves that the people make. Do you change anything from week to week, or do you just kind of go out there and run?
Well, this season in a bunch of leagues, our Red Line racing team, we all try to stay together, work together, but that's easier said than done. So this season we said, all right, if we're around each other at the end, we'll do it. But trying to move over, let people in, try to be kumbaya, it's very hard to do. Some days it works, but most of the time it's not going to work for you. You gotta dance with the partner you're with. So tonight tried to help Ken and just couldn't. Tried to help Marc earlier and couldn't. So you take who you get. But the strategy, just keep your car clean. Missed a couple accidents tonight, which always helps. Like they were saying, better to be lucky than good sometimes. And just keep the car clean to the end and have a run.
Yeah, at least then if you've got one of those guys in your rearview mirror, you don't have to worry about anything because you got a plan.
Absolutely.
One of your teammates.
And look, this is my first full year back after 12-year hiatus, and don't know some of the guys. So running with people, they don't want to be a dance partner until they know you. I'm starting to kind of, like I just said, pull that yellow sticker off and get some good dance partners and trustworthy people. And that's what you need out there. You got to earn people's respect out here.
It's funny you say that. That's what I'm trying to do on Thursday nights, and obviously I think I've earned some of yours because I don't know why we always seem to find each other and
Absolutely
work
right.
very well together. So if
Absolutely.
it's possible.
There's a handful of guys out here that everybody, some guys are complaining and don't want to work with you. Some guys are for themselves, but for the most part, this is such a respectable bunch of guys out here.
A lot of fun when you have that kind of a group of guys to race with. So I will let you get you the chance to thank anybody and everybody you want. The floor is yours.
First of all, Bryant Motorsports and Dave for putting this league on. All the admins, Brian, Ken, I think Robert Breedlove took the lead role tonight, and all the other guys that do all the replays and check on things. And of course, you, Rod, Brian, everybody up there. I mean, this is a big production. And of course, my Red Line racing team, and shout out to Greg Palmer. We missed him tonight, my fellow New Yorker. He's up in Niagara Falls over a barrel. But and Rodney for the paint jobs, and of course, Marc Paglia tonight for his canines. What a great cause.
So you live in New York, you said?
Yeah, I'm out on Long Island.
Oh, okay. I'm up in Vermont, so.
Yeah, you're
Robert Spring up
very
here.
away.
Yeah, we had Robert Spring up. It was at my house this summer, so I was trying to think the next time he comes up, we got to make a little trip and get to meet some of the guys we race with. So that'd be kind of cool.
Absolutely. I visited Greg Palmer about a month ago down in Dover, and we had a great time. Me and Greg have been doing this for almost 30 years now.
There you go.
But really, Bryant Motorsports for putting this on it's phenomenal.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on the win, and get yourself up on them points, and we'll see you. I won't see you. These guys will see you the next 2 Saturdays over here. I'll see you this coming Thursday. So, congratulations on the win, and good job.
Thank you, guys. I listened to your replay during the week. Try to turn my friends onto it. They don't get it. Some people don't, but you, Brian, Blaine, great job. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, I just want to add. Yeah, real quick, Dennis. I heard you mention you're from Long Island. I can remember what that always reminds me of back in my days when I would drink. That's what we drank. We tried to pronounce it like your native neighbors there. We would order the Long Island iced teas.
Exactly.
Long Island.
And it's funny. Nobody drinks those out here. I mean, but you have 2 or 3 of those, and you learn real quick. You better not drink too many more of those.
That's right.
Long Island iced tea.
Listen, man, congratulations. You got one tonight. That was tremendous. It was fun to watch, man. And I wish we had 10 more of you, man. That was, you're
Thank you, Brian.
We're just really glad that you're here and to be a part of this. And, because like you said, we are really getting popular and it's been a blast, man. And we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, Brian. Well, you started it. We were doing the 88 cars, and now we're up to this now. And we didn't even have room in the TeamSpeak. I don't know if you guys heard that, but our TeamSpeak was all clogged up. We couldn't get everybody in.
Wow.
That's a good problem to have. And
yeah, that was
a great job.
One thing I'm glad you reminded me, because I did want to mention that. I think we did have a record number. We had a full field tonight. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. Great job, Brian. You grew this, so good for you, man.
Appreciate that, man. And we will see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Congrats, bud.
Thanks.
Bye, boys.
Well, there we go.
There we are. Another one in the books, man, for ASR Saturday night, man. What a blast this was tonight.
Oh, that was a wicked finish.
Yeah. A little bit of confusion, like we were seeing. Guys thought the yellow should have come out, and it didn't. And very awesome finish. And yeah, great congratulations to McCarthy. I mean, race number 4, it's a long season. We're almost halfway through. One more race before we're there. And who knows what can happen.
Again, we thank, Marc Paglia. I was really heartbroken for him at the end there. I'm kind of anxious to see how that'll come out in the reviews. But he was running actually in the 3rd position and fell back to 17th on that last lap. So heartbreak for that kid, man. But we thank him again for bringing such a wonderful sponsor to our event here. And we hope he brings it back, man, because that was really cool. I think this was a success. And hopefully we brought some attention to what a great cause this Canines for Warriors is. Just a tremendous thing, man. And I'm just so, we're all just so blessed to be a part of this, man. It's just been so much fun and a good positive thing, for, like I said, for our little small corner of the sim racing community. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, filling up blowing out the TeamSpeak server and not enough slots in the race. I mean, why not, right? Let's do it with one of the greatest NASCAR sims ever.
That's right. Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that about TeamSpeak. I'm going to have to now. I have to turn my other monitor on its side so I can fit the whole thing because I can't see the whole field.
Yeah, you got to go vertical, and then where you get if you have a 1080p monitor and you're rocking it normal, you can only go 1080 pixels.
Right.
You turn it on its side, you get 1920 pixels, so you can literally almost double the length.
That's where I'm at. Yeah. So I mean, if I can't, there's not enough room on the screen itself, on the physical screen. So like Dennis said, that's a good problem to have. It really is.
Well, that's awesome, man. What a great event tonight. Did you have anything to say, Rod?
Oh, I'm good. It was a great finish, great race. Wish I would love to seen a little more green flag pit stops on it, but hey, all in all, it was a good race. And again, I'm with Brian. Love to see Paglia get up there and finish in the podium finish, but unfortunately for him, stuff happened there at the late part of the run. But yeah, it was a great race, good finish. You can't ask for more. And I'm looking forward to listening to you guys do the next 2 weeks when I get during the week while I'm off playing race car driver.
That will be a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks, Brian. Thanks, Rod. Of course,
Thank you guys.
We have to thank everybody involved with the event. As always, the drivers, can't do it without the drivers. Amazing driving as always. Fantastic race. And thanks to those guys. Everybody involved in the YouTube chat is always great. A couple hundred hits again. We can consistently get a couple hundred hits live every week. So thank you very much to the viewers for subscribing and thumbs down, thumbs up, whatever you decide to do. It helps the channel and helps the broadcast evolve. Of course, David Chin with all his people over there at Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales for sponsoring the entire series again. This season number 3 sponsored by them. We can't put their logo in enough spots on this broadcast, so thank you so much to those guys. And thanks everybody watching. You know who you are. We'll see you back here next week on Saturday because we're going to be, I believe it's Brian Rawson.
Yes, Brian Rawson is our host next week. Yep.
A little bit of a shorter race. We had a couple of 66 lappers, a couple of 76 lappers. Next week it's 57. We're only going to do 150 miles next week. Brian Rawson, the Pro Tips 150. And as always, thanks to everybody involved. It's been a blast. Maverick on Tuesday, Rolling Thunder Gaming on Thursday. Full schedule as always rolling here at Tarnation TV. But thanks again. We're gonna,
good night, guys.
We're gonna wrap her up. And of course, as always, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.